Are we live? Are we live? We're live. We are live. Just do over. Let's see if this works. Let's see if this works. Good to be here. I'm just gonna let everybody roll in. I gotta go get my coffee. Oh, so many things. Such a huge story. I'm gonna try to explain a little better. Okay. Tonight's brought to you by Brother Kev, Freddy's Road Warrior rig. By the way, thank you. And Jeremy, you're always number one. Come on, Jeremy. Yeah, sorry about today, man. I'm just playing a really bad game of catch up. And on top of that, I took a nap on the couch. Imagine. Okay, how's the audio? I've got the music turned up a little bit. How's the audio? Is it cutting out? I think we finally figured out. I think we might have figured out the secret to the camel bar, my friend. I think we're good. I think we're good. Are we good? Because if we did, now I know what to do. So, since I have to do a do-over, there's Kevy. And it's good audio? Yes. Winning. Thank you, Kev. Thank you for tonight. Thank you. Send whenever you want. Thank you. Appreciate you. Good talk today, by the way. I'm glad your dad's doing well. That's cool. Since we're going to get into it again, and I can just finally get this off my chest and just be rid of everything, I bought this candle. Oh, geez. About a year ago. Because I just wanted something that smelled nice. Right. It's called angel dust. Imagine that. It's supposed to, help light your spirit. Well, tonight, sure. Excuse me. I'm going to light this and put it right here in the corner of the counter. My angles are bad. Right here in the corner of the counter. Because that's basically the condensed area right there. Condensed area where the scenes of the crime had all happened. You see that hallway right there? That's a hallway going down towards my bedroom. So I think it's only appropriate. D already did. God bless you, Kev. Thank you. So tonight's brought to you by Kev and all of us. You know what I mean? Thank you. I really appreciate it. It's always good to be here with you all. Hi, Bex, by the way, if you're not typing. So I'm gonna light this, if you don't mind. I'm gonna get my coffee out of the microwave, and then we'll get to the gimmicks, and we'll get right back into where I left off. I had the chance to look up where the audio cut off. Then I'll play. I know so much going on. And then I'll play the Remy Shand full album, like I was supposed to, like I did in the last one that you couldn't hear. You'll be able to hear it this time. Fuck you, YouTube. Fuck you. So that's the series of events. Step 1, angel dust. Who would have thought? And this candle's been sitting on the bookshelf that you can't see around the corner for ages. It's only been lit once, so I figured tonight might be a good night for that. So now you're gonna watch my fat ass as I walk away. Right? Does that show up okay? Yeah, it does. Get my coffee. Oh, it's good to be with you guys and all. See, I was gonna put another table over here, but let's not cause a fire tonight. I mean, I'm probably gonna cause a few fires tonight, but just not a physical one, All right. Gimmicks, right? Everybody's favorite good guy, Superman. Tie, that's me. That's me. Super, ooh, double shiny. Superman. Hey, I got it right again. Pinkies up. If you're all drinking something, pinkies up. Yeah, I'm glad it does show up good too. The new microwave? Nope, it's the one. Well, yeah, new one. I got it for my birthday. So last November. Was it last November? Yes, it was. From my mommy. Sorry, pinkies up. Winkies. Cheers with me, everybody. She's gonna be a long one. Easy. Hey, easy. Clinkies. Is that okay? Y'all all right? I didn't hurt nothing? No eardrums busted? We good? All right. Okay. So, there you go. Oh, this song's amazing. You're all amazing. Yeah. So it's new. What's that, Jack? Smoke RHO? I don't understand what you mean. Hey, Rach, how you doing, hun? Glad to hear from you again, for sure. No smoke though. No smoke though. What do you mean? I got them right here, man. Oh, you mean the candle? Oh, well, no, that's always a good thing. If you see something catch fire back there, you won't, because there's space in between. Because I keep my kitchen clean now. Okay, this place has been the cleanest it's ever been. Trust me. No little black sock. Oh, we're gonna get to that. No little black socks of doom stuffed in a corner under the couch, or one random sock that's like hanging off of something in the kitchen in the cupboards, and no other dirty stuff that's underneath, because it's clean now. You know why? Because I fucking cleaned it. Yay me. Um, let's see. No coffee, just smoke. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. Well, where there's smoke, there's fire. I shouldn't say that. I have fire going. That's a nice candle. It smells really good. It really does. It goes really well with my lavender. That's for sure. Okay, next step. Right. I can't just sit still, can I? Okay, next step. I didn't want to stop that. It's such a good song. Okay. This is where the do-over happens. So I got a chance to watch earlier where I left off, where YouTube became really dumb and wanted to do its own thing with AI. Don't get me started on AI. Don't go there, girlfriend. Mm-mm. So I have to go to my playlist here. Here we are. Yeah. Okay. So, well, that's great and everything, but what I need to do is find a full album. Although there is one cool thing about technology, I will say. So instead of typing everything out with my remote control, all I have to do is say, Remy Shand, The Way I Feel, full album. Bingo. So, that's what we're going to do.
Looking for a bladder.
See, there might be some YouTube ads in there too, but hey, whatever. Why don't you get premium time? I'm not paying for that shit. YouTube money after they do what they do to me? Nah. Let me know if the audio cuts out though, okay? That's just, please. Seriously, I'm trying to figure this out. A good volume level. Wait till it kicks in. Okay. We got that going. How's that? You can all hear me and everything? Audio's not cutting out? We're good? Somebody, anybody? Listening as we listen. Yeah, exactly. How's that? Good? Jared, Kev, everything's good? Can you still hear me okay? I'll wait. Ah, damn, that's good coffee. Sweet. Okay. Ha. We figured it out, man. That's not too loud, though, eh? Yeah, this is where I start dancing in my chair. Nobody wants to see that shit. Okay. Very symbolic. Actually, I might turn it down a little bit because I have to kind of think as I'm talking. Imagine. Awesome. Okay. Damn, that's a nice stereo. I have the bestest friends in the fucking world. I really do. I love you all. Okay, where are we at before I get into things here? Kev says YouTube Premium is a joke, just trying to get extra money. See, that's it. But see, they've already roughed me up. YouTube has. They've sent me emails after emails, details on stuff, and I would never give YouTube money. It's just like I used to game a lot too. Like, I have an Xbox sitting there collecting dust, and I haven't even touched that, and I haven't even renewed my membership for that. Let alone paying for anything else. Can't afford it these days, right, Kev? It is what it is. Rates, yeah. Well, see, that's the other thing. I used to have Prime, but she paid for it and all that. Netflix and all that bullshit. She had that underneath her. Fine. Everything's all canceled. Blah blah blah. I have my YouTube when I go to sleep at night, and well, Rach, you've been here, and I don't really pay for anything extra. Like, there's free apps and everything you can use on your TV now, which is cool. Like Pluto TV and all that stuff. Like I'll have it on in the background, like cleaning or cooking or whatever. But I like my Star Trek Next Generation channel. It plays all Next Generation episodes all the time. Cool. Who's the boss? That kind of stuff. The old school stuff, the good stuff. But yeah. Okay. Where I left off. Now, there've been a few people asking me, not only complaining about the audio cutting out. Ty, that sucked because we couldn't even hear you. We had to, and Jared Bex too. I remember you saying we had to lean in. Yeah, I watched it back, and I don't watch myself back for many, many obvious reasons. Many obvious reasons. I can't listen to myself talk, sing, nothing like that. It's just, to me, it's like, whoa. However, it's one of those deals where YouTube decides that, which is fair because yes, it's copywritten music and all that bullshit. I get that, but I'm a small channel, right? You would think that they go after like big rigs that make all the millions of buckos. You know what I'm saying? The Markipliers of the world, or the PewDiePies and other people I don't watch. I don't know. It's really strange. And YouTube, it's not a warning per se. It's just like, okay, there's copywritten stuff, and they try to ding my videos. It's like, you can't, because why would you? I get it though. It's not human beings doing that. It's just the AI taking over. Now, I'm not talking about AI in general as a whole. I'm talking about YouTube's AI, right? The algorithms. That's fine. I've been picked on, so why the fuck would I pay any money to them? But getting back to my point, Jesus. I hope y'all caught up with me so far, because the story is long. It's like a long story, full of branch off of branches, right? I don't even know where to begin. Even when I do start talking about it, it's hard to find one specific spot where you go from, and then it's one of those types of deals. To those that have been here, like Rach, for example, most of the story I've told you, and thank you for listening. I'm sure ad nauseum, because you're sitting there going, "Oh my God, he just won't shut up," and it just keeps getting worse. The story does snowball; it gets worse as you go along. So much shit has happened. So much shit has happened. But in the long run, up to $300,000. I know, right? Just shut the front door. See, at least now you guys can hear, guys and dolls, sorry, can hear the album. It's a good album. But yeah, like lately, not much has happened, which is great. Like just me and myself here, as it has been. She has never tried to come back, and she always said that no, it's too painful for me to be in here. I'm talking about here in the apartment. Good. So evil spirits be gone, right? Like just rebuke it. Like, done. Awesome. But the thing that wasn't awesome is the chaos that she left behind before she left, and she knew it was pre-planned. Everything was pre-planned out. There's no way in hell that it wasn't, and I can prove that it was. And see, that's the problem. I have a lot of proof against everything she said, that she told me that this, and this was the truth. It's not the truth. That's not really what happened. And here it is a year later, and I'm trying to be done with it. The day of the eclipse was April 8th last year. And that was one of the worst years of my life. I can honestly say that. Those that have visited me, such as Rach and Jared Bex, you all know. You all know by now. I was a wreck. And for really good reasons, like solid reasons. I mean, anybody, yada, yada, that's been through heartbreak and all this stuff, everybody can relate to that. And it was horrible, still is to some degree, but, me and Kev were talking about this earlier on the phone, and thank you, by the way. It's getting better. Like, as I said, previously, I think 2 weeks ago. And I really, just like I said today, today's a good day because I've had so much good positivity and a lot of support from all of you, really good people. And I mean, and you all know who you are because you're all right here, right? Like, that's awesome. That's what we should be doing, sticking together. And my heart's lit on fire because of that, because I feel that, it's beyond spiritual. It's beyond emotional. You know, it really touches somebody's soul, when you get that kind of support from people. And I can't thank you all enough. I wouldn't have been able to bounce out of nothing if it wasn't for that. Thank you. I'll never stop saying thank you. I don't care how much it pisses people off, how much they complain about it. Don't give a shit. Fucking thank you. Okay? It means, oh, indeed. It really means something to me. Ty, you gush too much, Yeah, it's because I fucking wear my heart in my sleeve. I'm a real human being. I have feelings. I want to address that too at the same time. I'm getting a lot of heat just for being what? Nice? Expressing my gratitude? How am I doing something wrong there? And I'm trying not to do it. The only thing that I'd be doing wrong right there is by me saying that a lot. It might come across as boastful. It might come across as that's not my intention. And we all know that that's not my intention. You know why? Because you all fucking know me. Again, it's a blessing. Even that theory. Yes, exactly. Real. And right? Like, why wouldn't I be real? I'm already exposed, according to some, even though the truth, their version of the truth is not the truth because I can tell you the actual truth. I'm not a liar. I don't lie. It's amazing. And I'm lit on fire that way too. It's an inspiration to just keep doing what I'm doing. This way, it says fuck you to the rest of them and throws everything else in their face because they know they're wrong, but they just keep spreading lies like fucking butter on toast. It's like, okay, have fun, do your thing. Good on you. If that helps you get through your day, you're welcome, right? Come on, switch over. I didn't mean, whatever, ads are going to happen, let them happen. Swiffer. I would never, ever use a Swiffer ever again, by the way. It leaves streakies on the floor. I don't like streakies. I don't even want to fucking walk around naked in my own living room, for God's sake. Sorry, Alanis Morissette, your advice was wrong. Jesus. I'm afraid I'd scare the pillows on the couch. You know what I'm saying? Let's not go there. What was I saying? Well, let's get to you all before I get back into the, how I'm full of hot air. Nice. There we go. Yes, exactly. Good timing. Let's see. Where are we at? Said Prime Music. I did have it, but canceled. Yep, good on ya. By the way, Pluto TV is great. Yes, it is. I recently discovered that probably 5 months ago. Because, I kept seeing YouTube ads. If there's anything that's good for, it led me to Pluto TV. And I'm like, oh, you can stream, Star Trek Next Generation. Huge fan. I'm a Trekkie, not a Star Wars guy. I don't give a fuck about Star Wars. But I can watch episodes of that. Now, I might keep playing the same episodes over and over again, but that just means I've been watching the channel a bit too long. Like, Who's the Boss? Love watching that. You Angela, right? Tony. No, it's great. And, well, plus it's free. So free is good. I'll take free. Yeah, I'll take free. I'm already in the hole, all right? I'm trying to get out of the hole. I won't say on here how much, but I'm trying to get out of it. Like we were talking about earlier. Christ. Anyway, let's get back to you guys and dollars. Guys and dollars. Did you hear me say that? Guys and dollars. I like that. I'm sorry, Beck. Sorry, Rich. True enough, because every time I look up, I see dollar signs. Did you hear me say that? Guys and dollars. I like the sound of that. Yeah. Only because, don't kick my ass, only because I see dollar signs and faces. How much is this one going to cost me? right? Because I'm already fucking suffering from the last one. Guys and dollars. Oh, Mama Boss on Tuesday is going to have a lot of words for me, man. She already ruined the pinkies up thing for me. You can all imagine how. Yeah, Emma. But guys and dollars. I'm going to have to change a few things. No offense. If I didn't get heat before, Kev, Jer, now my ass is really in trouble. Right, boys? Okay. Rach said I would never, you know that. I was more thinking about how accidents happen all the time and which one would be the best. Well, yeah, accidents do happen. It's funny you said that because a dear friend of mine, his name's Andrew. Yeah, I drink at the Meduli's once in a while. No accidents tonight? In other words, you're not. Yeah. And I'm like, no accidents. No, can't afford accidents. No. Well, Rach, you would know. I'd tell you all about it. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, accidents? No. No. Guys and dollars. Guys and dollars. Oh, you like that too, Kev? Yeah. Just to get back at him. You know what I mean? Just to say, fuck you. If I were vindictive. I mean, I have a little touch of it. Considering what I've been through, I think it's only justified and fair, at this point. But at least you know my condensation, because again, you all know me. Thank God you know me. And thank God I'm really me. Like, I'm not playing anybody else. You all know my condensation on that. So it's going to make everybody giggle. I mean, it might get Rich to punch me in the face, and Bex, I'm sure you're going to grab me by the ear next time you see me. But that's a risk I'm willing to take. Guys and dollars. Pinkies up. Mama Boss. I prefer to call it underused. Okay? It's rusty and dusty. All right? Leave me alone. Wait, no. Don't leave me alone. I think that's the opposite of what I want. No. Well, then again, dollars. I think we're onto something here. I know nothing, she says. You know more than you lead on, my dear. Jer says they're dusty. Yeah. You're talking about the pillows or my testicles? Kind of both. When was the last time I smacked those pillows? We're not saying that ever again. Kev says, I thought it was off limits to smoke in the house. Technically, yes, but since she's no longer here and no longer complaining in my right ear that she can't breathe, but yet she smokes too? That's the type of person I'm dealing with here, people. Not anymore. No, I'm not dealing with her no more. I haven't talked to her since, I haven't spoken to her since before New Year, and she's blocked off of everything since New Year's Day. So, nothing. I'm okay with that. She decided she wanted it to be this way. I didn't want it to be this way, and she decided this a few years back, that this is the way it should be. Well, I'm sick and tired of being abused. I'm tired of, a lot of things. So I took action. I just said, you know what? Fuck off. Go fuck yourself. And others, apparently. Have fun with that. One man's trash is another man's treasure. I think I'm going to feel bad. It depends on who she's choosing, but I feel bad for them. I can just sit back. You see so many memes like on Facebook now, because somehow Facebook knows, right? Speaking of AI, you put your status to single, like, oh my God, and like the world blows up because holy shit, you were with her for 13 years. That's a long time. What happened? Whoa, well, if you don't watch, I'm not going to fucking tell you. It's on record. Here it is. Like, I've told the story bits and pieces, but put it together for yourselves. And I'm not talking about you guys and dollars. I'm going to get the shit kicked right out of me, I swear to God. Not all of you. I'm talking about the other ones, the random people that message us like, oh my God, what happened? Are you okay? those people I've talked about before. Some I just, read the messages from and I block because they're still in cahoots with, they're still in consort with the enemy. So sorry, Kev. Yeah, technically I'm not allowed to, but I'm a fucking rebel. So I pay rent now by myself. And the office knows, that Kevin knows. The RM super around here. His name's Kevin too. Nice guy. Actually, super nice guy. They're really helpful people. If it wasn't for them, because even they wanted her gone. Kev told me himself. That Kev, sorry. Anyway, that's part of it too. When I was talking to you, Kev, on the phone about her not giving back the keys or signing the lease over, I couldn't have. I'll tell that part of the story. That's why the candle's sitting right there, because that's where I would have slapped down the lease on the counter and said, "Would you please sign this, the lease release form, so this way I can take over?" Couldn't bring that up too easily. I'll tell you that at that point, because that would mean she would lose control of everything. She tried to have me evicted. There was an eviction notice under the door because of the 7th NSF, and it wasn't because of me. It was her. I knew about one beforehand, but not 7 of them, not six others. So I, got the notice. I was here by myself at this point. She was already downtown with her slimy fucking buddy, and who also gave her bad advice, which leads to the eviction notice, right? Because she knew it was happening. That was pre-planned, man. I don't give a fuck. That was pre-planned. She knew. So I called the office right away, and that Kev, very gracious. He said, "Don't even worry about it." And I paid off the rent right there from my account, blah, 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 damage deposit and all that stuff. And shit pump fucking tried to give me half of the damage deposit. I wanted to give it back because why are you giving me money? You wanted to be gone, be gone. She sent me like $400. I was trying to, at this point, get it back to her, but she wouldn't give me her email. But then so I took it and I used that for the damage deposit, whatever, bought me groceries and paid for my Rogers bill, for 2 months. So sure, thanks. Talk about your dirty money. But it's kind of ironic too. This is the way she operates. She wouldn't give me her email, but then after she knew that everything was all paid off and stuff, she wouldn't give me her email so I could send her back the money because I didn't need it. I had money in the account. She started emailing me, but she blocks me on Facebook, but she still tries to get hold of me by email. Well, January 1st, I blocked that off too. See ya. Sorry, Kevin. Internet TV bill. That's it. Rogers is the company name. It's kind of like Comcast, right? Same idea. Verizon, whatever. Yeah. So that's just part of it. That's just part of it. Now, did I want it to be that way? No. Do I really think that the line of communication should be completely shut off? To an extent, yes. But emergencies do happen. If something happens, anything, something major, obviously, it would have to be something completely major. But again, she'd be the same person that would, tie a note to a pigeon's foot and send the fucking bird. I think that's where I left off in the last one. There's so much shit. I just want to be done with it for obvious reasons, as I'm telling you, because I hold nothing back. It's no holds barred tonight, right? Gloves off. Yeah. Let's be realistic here. There's got to be a level of maturity from somebody somewhere. Well, I choose it to be me. I've always tried to be as mature as possible. She turned me into a child, this ragey fucking kid that I didn't recognize anymore. Fuck it. It's just bullshit. I've been through so much bullshit. Again, I'm not perfect either, because I was that ragey asshole, that called her out in her shit, and she fucking, didn't like it on top of her salad. You know what I'm saying? I'm just real. I'm realistic. It is what it is, right? And all in all, though, to be honest, and that's why I'm playing this album, because it's further more of a fuck you. Because I used to lay in bed when we first met. God, this is where I'm a piece of shit. Lay in bed with her while my girlfriend at the time went to work. Well, that's right. Tai was a naughty Tai. I thought I was upgrading. Wrong. It's okay. I've already paid my karma. Karma has paid itself on me. It's okay. We're good. Actually, that was paid off a long time ago when she threw me on the fucking floor and cracked my tailbone. Right there. Down that hallway. Shoved me. I'm going to shut up about that. Anyway, let's get back to you guys and dollars. Let's see. I go off on rants, but this is a do-over because I owe you all, not just Kev, but I owe everybody. Oh, classic song. I'm not going to sing it. This is one of the ones I used to dance in bed to. Yeah, me being naughty Tai. I owe somebody named Crystal, nicknamed Pinky, not Pink Moon. I owe Crystal, Pinky, a huge apology. Oof. I'll take care of that in time, I'm sure. Let's see. Who's the Bonus Classic? Absolutely. Shouldn't on camera anyways. You're absolutely right. Yep. Guys and dollars. Rach says, as soon as I have an income again, we're having coffee date again. Yes, please. We're still unfinished business from last time. Yes, there is. Yes. Oh, yes, there is. Coffee's on me. I'll make the good stuff. Yeah. I haven't really told you the whole story, Rach, to be honest. I'd like to do that. You know what I mean? Sorry. Kev says, surprisingly enough, the more common than you think, where the male gets abused. It's true. See, and that's part of it too. And that's what I was trying to get into in the last live. Yeah, last month. Sorry. Busy boy. When guys get abused, we can't really talk about it because we get ridiculed for it. It's like, no, suck it up, man. Whatever. You'll get through it because you're a guy. That's the stigma. Now, I believe in equality, right? Always have. There's no stigma attached to equality. I believe that we're all made of sugar, spice, and everything nice. Well, some of us are. But when it's the guy that gets abused, I felt afraid for the first, say, 6 months to even say anything to anybody. And nobody should feel afraid. Nobody should ever feel afraid. And you shouldn't let anybody make you feel afraid. That's not what it's about. But I got the comments, especially face-to-face, in person, on the phone. You suck it up, man. You'll get through it. Whatever. Listen, if I had a nickel for every time I get pissed off when somebody said that, because I don't think that's showing a whole lot of respect to somebody else that's actually going through a legit, dark, rough period of time in their life. When you should be, encouraging them or trying to inspire them to do better for themselves, you're cutting them down by saying, you'll get through it, be a man, no, motherfucker. Okay, walk a mile in my shoes then. Not like you haven't been through something like that before, something like this, I'm not saying mine's the worst case ever, because it's not. I've supported people that have been through worse, like divorces with kids, people that have been abused. I've been there for. Of course I would. I'm not going to sit back and say, suck it up. You don't say that to somebody. You just don't. That's just says a lot about them, doesn't it? So I backed off from those people. Some of them I have blocked. I don't want to talk to you anymore. You weren't there for me to begin with, so why would I even fucking bother with you now? And I know how selfish that sounds, and I get that, but I'm not being selfish. I'm protecting myself. There's, again, connotation, right? Y'all know me. You know me to be me. I don't fake being somebody else, but it's almost like I'm being ridiculed for being somebody else. It's fucking twisted. It's weird. So I just, get away from me. Evil spirit, be gone. Like, right? Does that make sense? Like, did anybody out there agree with me? Because motherfucker, like, because you're sitting there and I'm scratching my head going, how can somebody like stoop to that level? Like be that low on somebody else just to make themselves feel better? And not even just to make themselves feel better for saying that, because I don't see how you would. Not only that, but just that's the way you are. Like, I don't need you in my life if that's the case. Like, fuck off. Go kick dirt. Like, you know, put your hands in your pockets, look down at the ground, and fucking get struck by lightning, you motherfucker. Fuck it. Like, you know, oh, that shit makes me angry. You know, and I've held in anger for such a long time now that it's not even fucking funny. You know, swimming in my own head just because of what she did, you know, and that's not right. That ain't right. You know, I had to pull my socks up and just say fuck it. And Jerry, you were there. God bless you for being there too. You've been a great friend to me. Bex too. And you give great hugs, by the way. You know, exactly. Sing it, Remy. Try to think twice about the bad times. It's, you know, and I didn't have to go through that shit that I did, no, but should have, how do I say this? It's more of a feeling. Should I have let it affect me that bad? No. But I did. Why? Because I wear my fucking heart in my sleeve. I'm a real fucking individual. That's what I do. The truth is the truth with me. Cheers to fucking that, right? Like, amen. Oh, anyway, sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Thank you everybody for being here. You know, literally, like not only here, but like here and fucking here. Thank you. You know, I'm thanking little mum for that too. Thank God she doesn't watch these, man. My language, she would grab me by the ear. Guys in dollars, Ty? I'm sorry, mom, I love you. She's like this tall, this big around, and like she's a little mean, fierce little thing. Let me tell you. But you're absolutely right, Kev. More oftentimes than not, because I've been there for some guys that have been abused by their women, with kids involved, with a marriage, cheated on. You know, she's caught having an affair, but she kicks the shit out of him. It's okay. He got the kids. She's not doing so good for herself. Karma's a real thing. Karma's a real thing. But guys can't talk about that. Not openly. And I don't give a fuck what you think. You know, you can't talk openly about that. I've been talking to a therapist friend of mine about what I've been through. And even they said that must have been really tough for you to, you know, admit the whole thing to me now. I said, you have no fucking idea. You know, I've had to keep my mouth shut. I haven't had to, but I did. I kept my mouth shut for months on end. No more. Nope. Everything's blown wide open. Fuck it. The most dangerous thing is when somebody has nothing left to lose. That's right. Thank God I use my power for good instead of evil. So, and that says a lot too. But then again, they've said the opposite out there about me. Slander. Let them. That doesn't affect me. You know, it really doesn't. Kev says happy you stayed and she left. Trust me too. I didn't think that would happen. That's for damn sure. I almost lost a roof over my head. I'd probably be on the street somewhere. Legit. Like, cause years ago I tried looking twice. Once she might have known about, because she saw my search history one time. That's the thing. She went through my shit all the time. Excuse me. But no, it would have been I'd have to sleep in my best friend's basement. You know, I'd be, you know, a burden to him. And that's not something I'm willing to let happen. And instead, my best friend helped me keep this place because he's a good advisor, you know, because he's been through this shit. Real people are there for real people, you know, and God bless you all for it. And I owe my life to this guy. Let's call him Anthony. We all know who I'm talking about. I try to keep his name out of it, you know. Speaking of like good people, you'd all love him. You know, if he'd let you know him, you'd love him. Trust me. down to the point, straight ahead, no bullshit, like exactly what I needed, and he knew I needed that. And he stepped in and helped me. He didn't have to. What you're hearing right now wouldn't have been possible. What you're seeing right now wouldn't have been possible. I'm blessed, okay? And I feel so intensely about that. And I'm not going to let that go because you don't. People should be there for other people. And I love that. And I love you all for it. To the visits from Jared Bex for bringing me coffee, from Rach, me making coffee, and you're sitting here with me on the couch, hearing me bitch about this, and we're listening to each other bitch about stuff, and just getting to be reacquainted with each other since high school. That's what I'm talking about. Me and Kev on the phone today, he calls me, sponsors these shows, God bless you, you don't have to do that, Again, I don't have the words, Kev. I don't have the words to tell you how thankful that I really am. You're all a blessing. Like, when we all come together like this, that's a beautiful thing to me. That's the human spirit. That's what I believe in. That's where it's at. See, for me, I'm just speaking for myself, and I get inspired by that. Why? Because it keeps me going forward. I'm not going backwards no more. I concentrate on trying to be a good human being, and without you all, I am nothing. And I've said that this whole entire time, haven't I? Even when she was here in the background bitching, you could hear her in the background too. You could see the look in my face. You could see my reactions to the things that she would say. It was quite obvious what was going on. There was somebody else that was watching at that time, and they made comments. You're not happy. I can tell you're not happy. I saw that video last night where she was saying this and this and this in the background, sitting over here on the couch right beside me when the computer was facing this way. You all saw it. She was saying really belligerent things, and she was doing it on purpose. Everything she did was on purpose. It was pre-planned. It was a pre-notion. I watched her change over the years into something that I never thought I'd ever see her change into. It's like she reverted from the moth right back to the fucking, what do you call it, the pupa? Cocoon? Like, I've never seen a person do that before. I've heard of it. I've never seen somebody go backwards that far where they become that belligerent. But I had to watch that happen. She gained weight over the years. I'm not a shallow person, and I'm not trying to be mean when I say this, but I'm just being honest. Character flaws started to happen. And not to mention other things that I won't mention because they're disgusting. What? Like, you think you know somebody? I don't know, man. Like, I had to watch that all fucking happen. I deserve a fucking badge for that. There's a reason why the S is on my chest. There's a few reasons, actually. And I just recently got it back because I feel like I've earned it. Yeah, Superman and all that. It's not an ego thing. It's a badge of honor. It does stand for hope. Truth, justice, and the American way. Well, I'm not American, but the right way to do things. And I'll finally, before I get back to what you guys, those dollars are saying, I'll finally say where it stemmed from, the whole Superman thing. I'll give you this. I'm going to keep some other things to myself. But speaking of Crystal, my the ex-girlfriend before I met Shit Pump, the one I left Shit Pump, the one I left for Shit Pump, and thought I was upgrading. Well, I was wrong on that. Oh, poor Crystal. I owe her a huge apology. Huge, right? You know what I'm talking about. She once said, "What do you think you are, Superman?" And ever since then, I fucking milked that son of a bitch. But see, at least when I was with her, it wasn't that miserable. Like, Shit Pump makes fucking Crystal look like an angel, man. And Crystal is an angel. She's sweet. She's a good person, at heart. We all make really weird decisions, but she's now married to a guy in a wheelchair. I'm not saying that again to sound mean. I'm just saying that guy in the wheelchair, I don't really favor that much. One man's trash. Well, I shouldn't say that. Yeah, no, I should. Yeah, I should. Um, I don't know. I don't know. That's where the whole Superman thing kind of stems from. That's one of the bases of it. What do you think, Aaron? Superman? Fucking right. You know. Dun-dun-dun-dun. I just kind of fucking took the ball and ran with it. It's a sarcastic joke. Everything starts with sarcasm. I'm sorry, I went off in a rain again. What were you saying, Kev? Jesus, I'm sorry, everybody. Well, no, I'm not, because I am and I'm not, because it is a do-over. I have to explain stuff. So, because people are everybody was asking me, what were you saying? Because we couldn't hear you. I know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So now that you can, why not? This place has online live history. Yes, it does. This place does. And you're all part of it. Yeah. Just like I was saying, and we were talking about this on the phone too. And I'm so sorry you had to see that, meaning my reactions when she was bitching in the background while she's sitting on her cell phone. Talking to God knows who behind my back, But yet she can search through my shit and all that, and that's fine, right? But that's okay. Didn't bother me that much. What do I have to hide? Nothing. And that's what I get for being dedicated to somebody. Good timing on that. The song's called Looking Back on Vanity, by the way. Look that one up. Actually, don't have to. It's playing. But yeah, it does have a lot of history here. Let's see. Where am I? Rach says, I wouldn't have let him leave and her stay. Yeah, that wasn't going to happen. Not if my buddy had anything to say about that. Because he saw her digress too. It wasn't just me. Like, the other people noticed the same things that I noticed. So I knew that something was happening there. And my best friend was one of them, because they were friends too. We used to hang out all the time. And he'd come over for coffee or just a visit or whatever. And he'd sit, on the old brown couch that's now in the spare bedroom that I'm still looking to get rid of. Eric, you want to bring over that hatchet? Therapy. Take that brown couch outside and fucking bludgeon it to death with a hatchet. I've been through this whole fucking shit without a punching bag. Believe that? Yeah, and he used to come over when she used to live here too, and he'd see it. They'd sit and they'd be talking and stuff, and then as soon as he'd leave, she would pipe up and say, Are you sure I said all the right things to him?" Because she knew that, again, we'll call him Anthony. She knew that Anthony, was a very wise man and takes no bullshit. Well, why would you be that insecure and ask that question after he leaves? Every time she'd ask me that. Did I say the right things when he was here? At least I knew she had respect for him, which she should. And she still should, because the next time he sees her or has a conversation with her, it's not going to be good. It's out of my hands. It's out of my hands. She has pissed him off like a motherfucker, and rightfully so, because he saw the aftermath and even seen things during, when it was still happening. So he knows. People know. People do know, because they have seen it with their own eyes. I didn't have to say shit, and that's the beautiful part of it. But see, they know my side of things too, because I told them, or they've seen me, being an asshole, or speaking out of turn, or, being that ragey asshole that would call her out on bullshit right in front of them. And I didn't mean to make anybody feel uncomfortable, but when they leave, I'm the most uncomfortable I've ever been. And I apologize to people, because they'll tell me, and I'll tell them, like, look, this is where I fucked up. Like, I say this. Like, I said this to her, and we went through, because I'm honest. But they know that, right? And I never meant for anybody to feel uncomfortable. But can you imagine living with that piece of shit for that long? And it sucks that I have to call her a piece of shit now, because 13 years ago, she was a good human being. She was innocent. She had that good heart. She had, And I could talk about that forever, but I won't, because it just gives her more reason to, I don't know, maybe watch this and go, yeah, well, and just give her fuel for the fire. So fuck that. I'm not going to put her over for nothing, because the end result, what happened, and that taints the whole fucking thing anyway. So, am I the same person that I was? No, no, no. The last year, I did a lot of growing up, and a lot of soul searching and literal like rabbit holing on behavior, and learning for myself how to get through things by myself. Well, and I'm never by myself, because of course I have help. Thank you, and again, thank you, Anthony. Thank you. If it wasn't for him, I'm telling you, or people like yourselves, Kev in particular. you know, but, learning to get through day-to-day life on your own, I don't do so well by myself. I don't handle loneliness well. I say it all the time, and it's true. This is why I'm sitting here with you guys in dollars tonight, right? Doing this, because it helps me feel better. And plus I know it's knowing your audience, which is something she never did. But I did a lot of growing up. I had to, I had to pull myself out of it, because I had to. You just do. You have to. So you do it. I guess if that's any indication of be a man, I guess that'd be it. Well, that's what I've been doing. So there you go. Okay, let's get back to you guys in dollars. Oh, The Mind's Eye. This is the last song of the album. It's amazing. Amazing. Let's see. Kev says Rogers bill. Yeah. So it's like it's Comcast, whatever. I think it's the only bill besides rent and the insurance that I pay every month that I have to pay, and it's like not even $100. It's a blessing. This place is a blessing. Trust me. I am so far behind. I know I'll go off on tangents, but again, it's do-over. A lot of you ask me, so what did you say? And I'm sorry for the last one. Where it says, I'm super nice until I'm not, and Satan himself sits down when I have to step up. Damn right. And Ty been in my life like for too many years. It's true. Since high school, my love. Oof. Why are you stuck by me? I don't know. No, seriously. I always favored you, obviously. You're always real with me. You're always straight up. You're always straight to the point, and you don't bullshit. So, I value you a lot. So, just so you know. Kev says, I know this is probably a dumb question. There's no such thing as a dumb question, my good man. In Canada, do you get tax returns? Yes, we do. And yes, that is coming up. T4s are in at work, apparently. So in the next couple of weeks, which is really weird, which is great. We get our T4 first, so I can put it in H&R Block, and, I do it online, right? I used to do it in person, bring it to somebody, but they take too much out of it. Online, they don't take as much. They do a little bit, but oh yeah, that's coming up. February 15th is our tax day, basically. So when I go into work tomorrow, which I'm getting to at the same time, my schedule changed a little bit. Still have Tuesday, Sunday off. By the way, Rach, Tuesday, Sunday off. You too, Jaron Bex. Tuesday, Mama Boss, I'm bringing you coffee. So after that, I'm free. That's Jaron Bex. Tuesday's pretty much spoken for. And Jaron Bex, if you want to do something later, after that, great. I still have your Cards Against Humanity up in the cupboard, by the way. I didn't forget. I'd like to check that out. It sounds really fun. But yeah, tax returns. So you can file them by February 15th. And that's going to help out a lot too. Thank you for bringing that up. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. And little mom, God bless her heart, she fought me off tooth and nail, Kev, today. Jaron Beck, she'll appreciate this too. Rach, I don't think you ever met little mom, but I'll tell you two at the same time. She on the phone today. We usually have like hour or 2 hour long conversations, and it's great because talk about where I get my morals from. That's where I get it from. She almost became a nun. Like that's how Christian she is. She's very devout. She's such a sweet human being, an angel without wings, but she already got wings in my opinion. You know what I mean? God's child, definitely. So it's nice to have good in-depth conversations, like for example about human behavior and et cetera, et cetera. A lot of scriptural, biblical stuff. But she fought me tooth and nail. She said, well, if you need anything, and I finally spilled my beans, in the whole financial situation. And she goes, you owe how much? And I said, yep. And then I told her why. And she goes, oh. And I know we didn't have a whole lot of time today on the phone there, Kev, but I have everything written down to the detail, basically. What I was talking about. I know I was really vague, and I'm sorry. It's probably confusing. I didn't mean to be so vague, but just it's a lot of shit. So, and I told Mom all about it today, and she goes, well, I'm going to send you a check in the mail because none of that, And this is the same little sweet Christian woman that I've never heard say before. She's never said this before, but anybody ever dated or brought home, not that I brought home many. And she goes, why didn't you just knock her out? She literally said that. Not today, but she said that before. Why didn't you just knock her out? Because even she couldn't believe what happened. And, well, if I would have known you were in the hospital at that point or those times, then I would have... Mom, no, you worry about yourself because she lives out of town. She's about an hour away. And it's hard for her to get around, and I worry about her. I'd like for her to be in the city. That'd be nice. But, no, she lives outside of town. I won't say where for obvious reasons, but just a sweet little angelic woman. And she goes, well, there are checks in the mail for you. It'll help. I'm like, Mom, no, you don't. She goes, listen. And she starts like getting mad. I'm like, okay. Thanks. And, well, it's not much, but it'll help. I'm like, Ma, you don't have to do that. But I'm not winning that argument. So she goes, I'll send you a check in the mail. Snail mail. Okay. Blessings. Blessings all around. I don't know what to do with that. I really don't. Like, thank you all. Just thank you. Oh, sweet Jesus. Where are we at? I'm so sorry. See, I get going, but that's what you're watching me for. Rach said, excuse me, we're having coffee sooner than later. Yes, please. Sunday off. Sunday. God damn it. Kev says, I know at times it was hard. Yeah, it was. However, you have gone through this very gracefully. Thank you. I'm getting that a lot too. I don't know about that. Like, this graceful? Ooh. This might be, and this is, but this, wow, it's a stretch. Thank you. That says a lot about your character type. Well, thank you. I mean, I'm built, I'm just built that way. I'm just built to, yeah, my hair's on fire, and yeah, I'm going through this and this and this, but, can I handle it eventually? Yes. Because, I was built with stern stuff, man. Like, balls of steel. Sorry for that image, Sam Squinch. Hair flip. Oh, I keep forgetting that gimmick, don't I? Well, fuck yeah. Let's let some Sade play, shall we? That's another one. That's really funny. Somebody's listening tonight. Thank you, Mr. Seaman. Oh, jeez. Thanks. Grace is something I take seriously too, obviously. The gift of love is a gift, and it should never be abused anyway. I take that seriously too. Thanks for saying that, Kev. Jesus. Jesus be with us all. Joe says, called standing your ground and they don't like it. Yes, exactly. And I did that more often than not. And some people that were sitting here had to cringe because they were sitting here listening to it. Because even in front of, and I'm real in front of people because I'm real. She wasn't. Anyway. So if any of you ever get uncomfortable with me fighting back with her at the time, like, because I didn't give a fuck anymore, and I didn't, for the longest time. I mean, I give a fuck about her, obviously, but not the way she behaved. But yet I'm the bad person. She always made me out to be the bad guy, right? Like, and I'm not, and I wasn't, and I have witnesses as to that. as to proof of that. Sorry, rather. And people know, and they knew, and they still know now because they still keep hearing her fucking flap her gums about things that she should not be talking about because obviously it wasn't me that did them, she did. Some of us are intelligent. Some of us have, I'm not saying that's me. Street smart, sure. I'll give myself that much. I've earned my badges that way. There's nothing intelligent about her. There used to be. There used to be at first. But that's what narcissists do, don't they? It's always love bombing at first, and then they switch and turn around to be Medusa. This is coming from the same person that said she was going to get a Medusa tattoo because she thought being called Medusa was cool. Are you not understanding anything at all? Like, am I not getting through to you? Like, that's not what that means. Snakes for hair? Like, take the hint. Like, I had to tell her she was being a fucking bitch without fucking telling her she was being a fucking ignorant bitch. How do you do that to somebody? Why would I want to do that to somebody? And I never wanted to do that. You're supposed to be with the one you love, and you're supposed to love the one you're with. Right? You're supposed to. And by the way, Jared and Bex, you better be fucking cuddling right now because let me tell you, hang on to each other. You guys are fucking amazing people. And it's awesome to feel the love between the both of you. And yes, I am going to call it out because I think it's a beautiful thing. You guys are both beautiful human spirits, and it's really cool to see that, you know, in person. You know, to sit with you for a coffee or sit here. You can feel the love and care that you have between each other. Hang on to that. Don't drink the fucking water. All right. If there's anything else that I ever fucking tell you, do not drink the water. That would be a waste. You know what I mean? Let me be the example of what not to do. You know, It's a beautiful thing that you two both have. It's amazing. You know, I can feel that love coming from both of you. But see, you're both separate people too at the same time, but you make it work. And the way you make it work, that's the beautiful thing to me because you're both beautiful people. But when you come together, like when we're all sitting there, just the three of us, I can feel that. I want to recognize that. I want to say that to you out loud before I don't have the opportunity, right? Beautiful. That's a beautiful thing. That's what love is, people. That's love. And I thought I had that. I thought I had that, at least on my side of the fence, you know, until it was tainted and chipped away at very slowly, slow burn, right? What further reason do I not have to be pissed off and to be inspired to say things out loud that I should have a long time ago? You know? It's like decompressing. It's like, you know, using the J break, right, Kev? You know, I'm not an expert, but letting the pressure off. You know what I'm saying? No wonder I emotionally blew up, you know, at the wrong people that I did a few months back in October. No wonder I did. That's on me. I take full accountability for that. I won't even go there. I mean, everything just caught up, and I got sick of stifling. I got sick of not saying something. You know, that's what this is all for, I guess. Well, thanks for saying that, Kev. Yeah. So, Kev, you would have come down to Texas and stayed in one of my rentals. I'd love to go back down to Texas, man. I love it down there. That's my kind of spot. It's my kind of spot. The first time I was there, you know, I went down and I was still with Crystal at the time. Her name was Julie. She lived in Dumas, Texas, just outside of Amarillo there, close to Lubbock, Channing, that area, the Panhandle. Great spot. No, there's not much there, but that's my kind of spot. Like I'm in the middle of nowhere. I'm happy. I'm good. I got to meet some pretty cool people. That's another long story. I met Julie through an adult chat site. Again, naughty tie back then. Good times. You know, she turned out to be a fucking psycho too. Imagine. I won't go there. I won't get into it, but Texas was a fine place to be. You know, once I get my passport updated and, you know, get my feet back on the ground first, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about it. Jesus, my passport hasn't been updated since then. It expired in 2013, I think, something like that. The trip I took, the epic trip on Facebook, I have pictures of it. My trip to Texas there. That was in 2011, I believe. I think. I think I'm right. Mm-mm. Or maybe 2010. Anyway, it was around then. I love being there. Texas is great. You know, you people are fucking. You're loving and friendly. You really are. God's country. You know, all very sweet. You know, it's a lot of yes sirs, no sirs. I love that. You know, you show respect to people. You'll love it up here too, by the way, Kev. Because by the way, Jaron Bax and Rach, Kev's thinking we're talking. We're talking. You know, I won't say too much, but you know, when Kev can break away, you might meet him in person. That'd be fucking sweet. And again, right down this hallway, Kev, right to your immediate right, that's your bedroom. If you ever need a place to stay. So, oh, that'd be fun. That'd be good. You can actually meet Mama Boss. Oh, Mama Boss would love you. Emma would love you to death. You know, so would Tone. You actually get a chance to meet Tone. I'll say his name. It's fine. You know, he'd dig you. You know, I told him a lot about you anyway. You know, my trucker friend Kev. You know, I always say my trucker friend Kev, just so he knows what I'm talking about. You know, down south. And, yeah, you got to come to the shop, man. that don't bullshit just like you that have said the same thing. I didn't like her. There's something about her, the way that she was talking to you, I didn't like, all that stuff, et cetera, et cetera. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate it. See, that I appreciate because at least I know that's the truth. You know, that's for real. And you know, yeah, I did introduce you to her because obviously she was important to me at the time. You're important to me. You know, that's the thing. I always introduced you to friends of mine, so this way she'd have friends too. But she'd rather stay inside and be an introvert, and say she has no friends. It's like bullshit. You got. I share. Obviously, I love you. You can love these people too. You know, 4 times out of 5, people would, you know, want to hang out with her for coffee, do this, and that. And she never wanted to even call her own fucking father, for fuck's sakes, you know. And I miss him too. Louis, if you're out there, you know, I hope you had a good birthday. Same thing with you, Kev. Hope your birthday was fucking amazing. You know, but Louis, you know, he's a great father. I mean, hell of a guy. You know, I always loved going to her hometown and spending time with her folks, you know. And normally, you know, typical of a boyfriend to go, I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to go that far. Nah, be with your family. Nah, I actually wanted to, you know. I wanted to go out and do things with her. There was a point in time where I didn't because all she would do is go out and complain or sit on her cell phone while I'm trying to have dinner with her. So it's like, well, what's the fucking point? Right? I don't know. I'm just speaking from my experience. I'm just telling you the truth. But yeah, a lot of the time people would take to her and, you know, hey, message her or text her on her fucking phone saying, I'm up the street, like, you know, let's go to Tim Hortons for a coffee. And she'd be like, no, not today. Or she'd come up with some sort of fucking excuse. Or even sometimes when she would go, you know, my friends would come back and tell me, she's acting really strange, man. Are you sure she's okay? And I got sick of that, you know, just tired of it. So, and that just further added to the fire, basically, which led to what happened behind closed doors. It's like, no. Hey, I'm just telling them the way it is. Okay. Was, I suppose. You know, and it's no wonder she wants nothing to do with me now. Right? And no wonder she ran, because when people don't like the truth, they run. They run from the truth and try to believe for themselves that they're telling themselves that they're right. Like, okay, go be right. And that's one of the 3 things I told her. And I've been through this a million times. You know, I've already said this a million times. If you think you're right, go be right. If you love something, let them go. At what cost? Well, now she's figuring that out for herself. And I hope she's kicking herself in the fucking ass just because, right? It goes without saying. Karma's a real thing. And I did tell her I hope karma's kind, because it's going to have to be kind. She can say anything she wants to about me. That's fine. She has the freedom to do so. She was always free to do whatever she wanted. And believe me, she did. But that's the problem. She took that freedom to do whatever she wanted a little bit too seriously, to the point where you're just taking somebody for a ride. So, I don't know. If you have any questions about, if you guys in dollars want me to go into something that maybe I missed beforehand, or like if the audio cut out, you know, the last one that you really wanted me to talk about a subject, let me know. That's why we're here. Any questions, I'll answer them. Everything's wide open now. Gloves are off. Like, we're good. You know, she wanted it that way. You know, she made it that way. You know, she took the first fucking move in Battleship. She already tried to fire and sink my ship. Well, tell you what, I'm still floating. You want torpedoes away, torpedoes away. I'm not going to sink myself down to that level. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm not going to have to try to defend myself either. Because, again, you all know me. And since we're all here, you all know me. And I'm okay with that. More than. Oh, video pause. Continue watching? Absolutely. It's Sade, man. It's sexy time. That's what it is. Sexy time. But seriously, any questions, man? I'm not scared to answer nothing. It's just such a long, layered story that I can't just, again, I can't start from one starting point, because that would be impossible. I'd have to throw a dart. If I wrote down the whole thing, I'd have to throw a dart where to start from. 8 life grand. Yeah, so that's that. Guys and dollars. It's part of your new intro now. Oh, I like that. I like that. Can I replace the hair flip? Man, that's got to go. And Emma, Mama Boss, you ruined Pinky's up for me. No, she didn't ruin it. She just made it funnier. And that's the cool part too. I love it when only one person gets what I'm saying. I love that. Love that. I love this song too. Hello. I love that though. I love it. That's funny. That's some good shit. Speaking of Mama Boss, shout out. I love you all. Thanks for loving me. Yeah, it could be part of the intro. There's so many gimmicks though, man. I don't know if I can remember it all. Let alone do it in every video. I don't know, man. Maybe. Guys and dollars. Well, I'll never forget to say dolls anymore. That's for damn sure. I always say guys, guys, this guy. Everybody does it. It's guys and dolls. You got to be, equal. Fuck. Because again, they'll kick my ass. And I'm thinking about 2 of them right now that are looking right at me with fucking laser beams on my forehead saying, okay, I got you targeted. Next time I see you for saying that. I got to be careful. These, man, they might be pretty, but they're fucking tough. You don't fuck with them. All 3 of them, I should say. Sorry, Mama Boss. I don't feel like tempting fate that way. Like I can tempt fate like the best of them, but no, I like living to a degree. I want to live to see. That's the other thing too. That's the other thing I want to bring up. Could you imagine somebody that I try to date now? What kind of fucking Spanish Inquisition they'd have to sit through? You have to go through so many filters. And by filters, I'm saying so many people are going to sit down and want to interview you to make sure that you're fucking good enough. I feel so bad. When I stop seeing dollar signs on women's faces, and I picked that one, that unfortunate, unlucky one, that I have my eyes on. Can you imagine what kind of fucking, they're going to take the lamp, throw it right in their face and say, where were you on September 4th, 19, whatever. You know what I mean? I feel bad for them. Talk about hot seat. It's good to have people that really care about you because at least you can filter out the bullshit before the bullshit happens. So I get it. But, oh, man, I feel bad for them. Right, Jer? Were we talking about this? Oh my God. I was talking about this with Tone in the shop there not too long ago, too. Could you imagine? They'd have to be something fucking special to sit through at least, and I'm thinking 2 right off the top, Tone being one, definitely, and Mama Boss being the other one, because without those 2, no, they're first. They are definitely first. Why? Because they'll tell you they're first. They'll step right in and say, so, thinking about dating Ty, are you? Oh, I feel bad for them. Because I know how that conversation is going to go. And they'll cut them right off and say, if you ever even think about hurting my tie, oh, I love you all. Yep. I'm not saying they have to bring a resume. I'm just saying, no, because it's not even necessary, because there is no application form. Oh, I feel bad. I mean, I do and I don't, but at the same time, wow. But if they can hold their own, that's how you know they were a keeper. You know what I mean? Fuck, man. I'm thinking about Eric here, too. He's going to be another one. I know a lot of pretty fucking special people. And by special, I mean tough. Beyond tough. I'm talking to a few of them right now. Ooh. The more I think about that, the more it makes me smile. And, I start laughing. It's wow. Even if it's just for a fun time, like, just dating, which I've never done before. Like, you don't just date, right? I always jumped into a relationship, but not this time. Just even having fun with somebody, like, which would be nice. I have to afford it first, or try to have the means to afford that first. But you know, even then, you know, they sit them down saying, okay, what are your intentions towards my tie? I can hear them. And I remember talking to Em about this too, and she said the same thing. She starts laughing. She goes, yeah, they're going to have to be pretty fucking special. I love you guys in dollars. Man, I feel bad for them. To my future whoever, bring it. You're going to have to. You know, you're going to have a spare pair of testicles in your purse, which finally aren't mine. Oh, the leopard print shit too. Wow, that was bold. The green eye makeup. Send in the clowns. Fair enough, though. I used to use her eyeliner pencil, guyliner. Fair enough. Send in the clowns. Fair enough. I own it. Okay. You know, I sang for a band. All right. I own it. Fuck. All right. Where was I? Sorry. I'm just trying to entertain. You've taken the time to spend with me, so thank you for that, everybody. By the way, I love you all. Am I that far behind? Holy fuck. Taxes 100% free online. Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. Rach says, I love how he rambles and we have our own conversations. It's true. It is true. It's true. Full of hot air. You know? You did? I did. Rach by okay. Would you get? Stop it. I know. Okay, I know. I'm just reading. Okay. Fuck. Rich, by the time he doesn't know what we're talking about. I do. I have to remind myself that, you know, Ty, shut up and, you know, get back down to it. I'm sorry. Jesus. Everybody's a critic, too. Fuck off. No, but you're right, though. You're all right. Kev says, Rachel Ty, he's got a lot to get off his chest, so just listen. So sorry. No, I do, though. It's, again, long story. He's part of all of us. Oh, Rach, come on. You're all part of me. You know, part and parcel, right? I wonder I go off in tangents. It's because I'm trying to say things that could be relative. You know what I mean? Because I know you would all know what I'm saying, and you all know where I'm coming from. And it's a lot of detail. So, oof. Kev says she was definitely a texter. Yeah, because I'd be live, for example, and she'd be messaging Kev, and Kev's right here. Like, she'd do weird things like that. I don't know. Kev says you work with the Rachel. Nope. Rich says no. I was doing security at a store. God bless you for it. And they would stop there sometimes after their work. Yep. And we'd have a smoke outside. Yep. Excuse me. Rich says I may have the parts, but the ones that know me, I'm no lady. And you don't have to be. That's one of the things I love about you. Again, you're real. Like, there's no stature. There's no, like, you know, you don't have to be a certain way. You're not acting. Just like me, we don't act. We just are. You know, that's what I love about you. And see, you're clean, though. Like, it comes out of you clean. Like, you're you. That's what I mean. You come by it honestly. That's why we get along so well. We always have. You know, no bullshit. That's the way it should be. You know. Do I act like a real man's man? No. There's no. I have a lot of feminine qualities. I own that. You know, raised by 3 chicks. Most of my best friends are women. You know, it's just I'm one of the girls. It's fine. Am I homosexual? No. You know, but people have said that I was. It's like, okay, you can think whatever you want. It's fine. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Fuck. Love is love, man. You know. No, I'm definitely not into guys. That's for damn sure. You know, you can joke about it all you want to, Tone. But no, definitely not. I'm just not chasing women right now because, and that furthermore leads people to ask the question, Ty, are you no, I'm asexual right now. I'm fucking, I don't know. I think I grew the hymen back. You know what I'm saying? God, it sure feels that way when I rub my foot in the floor. Fuck's sake. I'm getting to that point now too. Yeah, you're damn right. But see, at what cost? I have to, practice what I preach. Where are we? Kim says you do all the time, Rach. So do different security jobs at different venues. I'll let her answer that, but she did. Jack of all trades. Yep, master of none. Me too. Overpriced rocks to people. Yeah, she was a jeweler there for a while. She was in sales. And I hope you find what you're looking for, or something that finds you more than what you're looking for, if that makes sense. Because you deserve. You're such a good person. You deserve to be taken care of too. I always want what's best for you. Always did. You can want what's best for me, but I'm talking about you. I know you hate that, but it comes back at you because I'm me and I love you. So I hope you get everything that you need and then some. I want that for everybody. So yeah, right, Riggs. Yeah, as I'm sitting here cackling, thinking about the poor soul. Oh man, she's gonna have to go through a lot. Yep, she's gonna have to. There's gonna be and people will want to come over and check her out, just check her out, right? Jaron Bex, I know you're sitting there going, oh yeah, we're gonna be fucking right. Come on over, because maybe I might need the second opinion. You could either, after you leave and we're all together somewhere, somewhere else away from said person, you can either look at me and go, or you can look at me and go, the fuck are you thinking? I expect that, right? Yeah, I feel bad for that poor soul too. Whoever that's gonna be. Oof. I just hope she's pretty. You know what I mean? Surrounded by pretty girls now. I just hope she's pretty. If there's one thing, and I'm not shallow. I'm not gonna settle for a fucking 6 out of 10 anymore. And she was, a 10 out of 10 before when I first met her. That's the other thing. I watched that go too. I'm not saying I'm the prettiest person in the world, but I've always stayed with the same heart. Always try to be a good person, and I never lost sight of that. Do I think I'm attractive? No. That's why I keep the hair and the fucking, you know what I mean? Gimmick after gimmick. I'm being honest. I don't look at myself like that. I'm not vain. I'm not a selfish person. Look at me. I haven't even shaved. I don't give a fuck. That's the thing. Because when you have nothing left to lose, you don't care anymore. Even back then, when I was singing on stage, and putting makeup on and doing that, it wasn't because I was trying to look pretty. It's because, it's just the lifestyle I was in. I didn't, and people used to look at me, saying I have an ego and this and that. Maybe back then I was immature, young, dumb, and having fun. But no, I don't look at myself like that. I never did. I'm not built that way. Oh, but Ty, come on, you're handsome. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm not fishing. So let's put a kibosh on that right now. Am I confident? Yeah. Could I walk up to this poor soul that I'm about to see or have fun with and directly tell them, look, I'm kind of looking for something, be open and honest with them? I'm confident enough to tell them the truth. I'm not going to be that little kid in school, chasing a girl around and, you know what I mean? Being afraid of them. I'm not afraid. Excuse me. I never was. Wasn't raised that way. It's interesting. Oh, yeah, I feel really bad for the poor soul. Jesus. Kim says that's a hard job putting up with a bunch of buttholes, especially if there's booze involved. Booze makes it fun. Absolutely. Well, in her field of work, back then when you were doing it, you poor thing. The places were safe, Kev. Trust me. Rachel's one tough son of a bitch. I wouldn't fuck with her. That's for damn sure. Never. You know why? Because she told me not to, and you have to listen to her because she's one of the bosses too. So there you go. No, fuck. Booze makes it fun. Well, that's That's a different story for another video, I think. Kev says, I've been doing the same job since 1996, hauling oil. Fuck yeah, man. That is a long time to be a mother trucker. Let me tell you. God bless you for it. You know, you're out there, and that's the thing. You're out there, and you're fucking literally hauling ass, right? That's crazy. Like, what's the latest that you've hauled, Kev? What's like how many pounds and that kind of thing? I always love it when you tell me that stuff because I'm trying to picture it and I can't because there's no way I could picture that because you're taking whatever you're taking and how many pounds of whatever you're taking to a faraway place this way. I can't wrap my head around that. You know, I never understood trucking that well. I've always been like a hands-on kitchen guy or like, you know, rock singer on stage type of guy. I never said I was good, but hands-on sound work sort of thing, you know, like just a different field of expertise. You know, not that I'm the expert, but I always found it fascinating. Like I was, because I've had other friends that were truckers too, and they would tell me certain things. And 45,000, what? You say lids? Pounds. 45,000 pounds of what? Fuck, I mean, you haul everything, man. You know, I always worry about you when you say you're hauling dangerous chemicals and shit like that. I mean, like, man, don't tell me that because I worry. Fucking worry wart. Where he says, did the bar thing for a while. It did become too much. Yep, it can. Yes, it can. 45,000 pounds of Nestle water. That's insane. That is insane. Kev says, Ty, you are handsome though. Thank you. I take you've been hit on by dudes. No, not so much. But little chickens, though. And I've talked about this with little mom, or with my mother, my birth mother. Her name's Kathy. Rach, you know Kathy. You know, mom used to moms. Little mom and you can imagine the confusion growing up. Two mothers, very blessed. Little mom's technically my grandmother. I was adopted by my grandparents, so mom and dad were my grandfather, grandmother. There you go. No wonder I drink. Not often enough. When Kathy and I were talking about that, you know, the little chickens, you know, especially one from work at one point, and I'm just like, oof. And it turns out I was right about that one. Jaren Bex, you know what I'm talking about, and I will not mention it here. Dodge that bullet. And I told Kathy about that too. I told moms about that. She starts laughing. One of the last times I was at Dooley's, actually, I met Kathy and Larry, Larry's mom's boyfriend, who I love dearly. We were all at Dooley's, and Emma, surprisingly, it wasn't last Saturday, but the Saturday before. It was a nice surprise to walk in and see Mama Boss working. So they were talking, right? And Mom goes, she calls me at work to let me know that she's at Dooley's just across the street. And I'm like, okay, I guess I can be right over. Well, Emma's working. And I thought it was the other Emma, you know, the little sweetheart, right? Who's also a dear friend, and I love her to death. You know, she's asking all about you. You know, she's really pretty. And I said, Mom, again, I thought it was the other Emma. Ma, she's a lesbian. And I told her on the phone, I said, just my luck. So she starts laughing. And I didn't realize it was Mama Boss. I thought it was the other M. So I'm like, oh, shit. So I walk in and went, oh. I caught myself saying that. So what does Mom do? We're sitting around the bar, right? And I'm sitting in my corner, as I usually do. We're all sitting around. And Mom brings it up, you know. Well, geez, I thought you said she was a lesbian. I mean, she's so pretty. And I was like, no, that's no, that's the wrong one. And please, can we not say that out loud? You know, I didn't mean to. I love both M's to death. Okay. It's one of those funny things. And, you know, and Mom brings up about Mama Boss. She goes, well, why don't you, you know, right in front of her, too. And M's blushing. I'm blushing. It's like, no, Ma, she married a dear friend of mine from high school. Like, she's married. No. You guys would be so perfect. Oh, God, Ma. No. Put down the glass of wine or whatever the fuck she was drinking. Put it down. No. She married E-Man. Like, oh, I didn't know that. And I had to say that like 3 times. Right in front of Mama Boss. And I'm like, oh, fuck. In a different dimension, in a different world, maybe. because at least we knew, or all of us know, that we don't have to sit her down and give her the Spanish Inquisition because she can handle it herself. But no, seriously though, like no. And that was the funny part. It's like, oh, I thought you said she was a lesbian. No. That was a nice surprise, although bittersweet. You know, the joke was on me, I guess. I walk in the door and I look over at the bar and I see it's Mama Boss. And oh, way to go, Ty. You know, of course I shouldn't have told Ma because she's got a big mouth. God bless her. But that's the hilarious part, right? That's the funny part. I don't know. Like, life's interesting sometimes. But yeah, you know, there've been a few chickens that come around and go, Ty, what do you think? You know, you want to do a coffee? Jesus, you know, like, I don't know, man. Excuse me a second. I'm sorry. Hang on. Fucking Facebook. There. Actually, I've just been recently in touch with an old friend of mine too. Speaking of old friends, nice to talk to her again. Little chickens coming around. You know, hey, Ty, do you think we could do a coffee sometime? And I'm, you know, they have good intentions. The first one that asked me that, I don't work with her or nothing. Like, I just know her out and about, and oot and a boot. And I'm like, yeah. And I thought about it. Well, yeah, because I know how it's going to turn out. She's, you know, she'll probably end up running. Plus, she's a lot younger than I am, and I mean, age is age, sure. And I mean, fun's fun. But if you're like 23 and I'm 42, I mean, it's the intangible. Do I have to say that out loud? Like, does it matter? Like, it matters of the person, sure. But I prefer experienced people. You know, close to 30 or above. Yeah, you don't want to do nothing with me, sweetheart. You know what I mean? Like, I'm old enough to be your uncle. Again, that's what it would always remind me of. So you always have that caveat in the back of your head. You know what I mean? Like, subliminal thing telling you, oh, this is icky. And I don't mean to sound like I'm like that, but common sense dictates that that's not going to turn out very well. So it's like oil and water. It wouldn't mesh. And her personality's, you know, she's sweet. And we still talk. We're friends, and that's good. That's fine. That's fine by me. She's more than welcome to come over for a coffee too. You know, whatever. But hey, you know, I never say never. I'm not saying that. I'm saying I'm not interested in anybody. I don't. It's not because of, well, not only, I guess that's a small part of it, but it's not because it's what I've been through. It's just not something I'm focused on right now. I'm focused on work, if anything else, you know, trying to get stuff done. So there's only so many hours in the day too. And I think that's the other problem. And, you know, Jerry, you know what I'm talking about. Kev, you definitely know what I'm talking about, you know, especially with logbooks and everything, which I'm sure that's a pain in the ass. You know, it's not having time. It's just I don't focus on it, if that makes sense. Like, I don't try to make time to look up and say, oh, she's pretty. I could, you know, I've got every right to, you know, fuck knows, you know, she's done it, you know, good for her. Like, hey, be happy, go be free, dance, puppet dance, like, do whatever the fuck you got to do. Because you were doing it when you were with me anyway. So she's got, oh, I love this song. Good timing, very good timing. No Ordinary Love Indeed. And that was one of our songs. So let's cleanse it. Actually, it was my song first. I had it first. You can't have it. Lord knows she's done it and doing it now, you know, because I keep hearing about it from people that I trust. You know, it is what it is. So that being said, you know, I never say never. I'm not sitting back saying that it's not a possibility. It could be, but, you know, I'd have to focus more on going out and having a good time. You know what I mean? But I can't afford that right now. So realistically, you know, and I'm not saying women are all, I'm not Jesus, that's the other thing too. I got a comment the other day about that. In your videos, you say that women are basically money. No, no, you ignorant fuck. That's not what I'm saying. And if you're not mature enough to understand what I'm saying, then don't fucking watch what I'm saying. Like, go again, kick sand, go play in traffic. Fuck. Guys and dollars, right? But see, the five of us that have been here, six of us, I think there was 5 viewers at one point. Thank you. Not that I'm about views, but at least you're here and you know what I'm talking about. But you know what I'm talking about. You know, when I say guys and dollars, like it's a joke, right? But in your video, you basically equated women to money. Well, yeah, I guess so. Like, that's not what I meant by that. I'm sure there's a little speck of truth in there. No offense, and I don't mean any disrespect, ladies, at all. You know me, I don't. But but you can agree too. Look at what happened. Ignorance is bliss, they say. I wish I was more blissful. I could use a touch of ignorance, more so than I have. But no, I'm not equating women to money. That's not, no. But there is a speck of truth to that, isn't there? You know what I mean? Like there's something to be said about that too. That's a tough one. I get a lot of heat for a lot of different things. You wouldn't believe it. But, and I tell Jaron Beck, speaking of which, and I tell you guys some of the stuff that gets said to me, and, it's pretty wild. Like, it's because I'm doing this. And then I think, for the main part anyway, because they don't want to step up and do this themselves. It's like, okay, you don't have to. Like, I do this because I enjoy this. It's kind of like a hobby, right? Because I have to do something. I'm not going to sit on my ass with, my thumb up my ass going, oh, I'm lonely and I fucking do something, Ty. Like, I'm sick and tired of cleaning. This place can't get any cleaner, And I get picked on for doing extracurricular stuff like this. It's like, okay, does that make you feel better about you? Great. I'm glad I helped you. Like, I'm used to being the butt of everybody's joke. That's for sure. And that's fine. If I can make somebody smile by being a goof, great. If I'm on camera using this medium to be a goof, awesome. If I can bring us all together, that's the main thing. But see, I don't have to explain that because you all know it, right? And that's why I'm saying that's such a blessing, because I'm so happy that you all know me, because I'm me. Not everything's about me. No, that's what I'm saying, and that's why I love that. Because without you all, I'm not me. I'm nothing. If a tree falls in the forest and you're not around to hear it, doesn't make a sound. It's that same question. And the people that don't understand that and that are ignorant enough to say stupid shit like that to me, they should go wait for a tree to fall in the forest. You know what I'm saying? I'm just throwing that out there. I don't know, man. Like, the world's funny. Everything's so fucking funny. Like, everything's just made from shit these days. The universe, and I've said it before, I'll say it again. The universe is leaning towards the nasties, where you can't be with somebody, you can't be in love with somebody, you can't even have a relationship these days anymore. That's why I'm saying to you, Jaron Becks, hang on to what you have, because that's fucking special, and I love it. I love seeing that. But it's true. Like, long-term couples are breaking up all around me, because they drink the water. Like, something's shifting, man, and it's not a good thing. So the least we can do, as I just said, is to hang on to each other and to be the beacon of hope for somebody else, because you never know who you're helping. Lord knows I could use the help right now. Absolutely, and I'll say it straight up. Like, yeah, I do need help. I need help with everything. Sure. Because I can't do everything by myself, and neither can the rest of us. We should be together, going through this together. It's not something you do alone. I don't believe in leaving somebody alone and letting them digress by themselves. Excuse me, because again, I did see that happen, and that broke my heart by itself. People making bad decisions for themselves, whether it be financial, whether it be, dietary, whether it be behavior, whatever it is, that breaks my heart. It does. It really breaks my heart because that's not what I believe in. You know, and it is what it is. You know, I'm not the type of person that can control everything either because I don't want control on anything. You know, I'd rather let something go if you love it. You know, you have to have faith. You know, you have to have a lot of belief and faith. And if you love something that much, and I did love her that much, like she was my everything. Seriously, was. Still was for the most part, going through the first little while of, you know, last year. Living like I was still with her, basically. And is that right? Well, your heart only tells you what it tells you. Is it right? I don't know. I guess that's not for me to decide. But at least I was dedicated, and y'all know me, and intensely dedicated. And the thing was, when shit started to go down south quick, when it started to go sideways real fast, that's when a reality check came in. It was like the first 6 years into the relationship. I'm just throwing a number out there because it was 13 years in total. How am I supposed to pinpoint that? Excuse me. When I started to see that at first, it broke my heart because that's what I'm dedicated to. This is the person that did a full 180, you know, and try to justify it at the same time. That's a good song too. Try to justify it at the same time, but there's no justification. There was no justification to that. What's right is right, what's wrong is wrong. And when I started to see that, I stopped being silent and I started to fight back. And something in me told me, you know, you got to fight that off for yourself, you know, because something isn't right there, and it's not my way to do things. Well, that's where shit went sideways, and it went sideways for more years after that. And the lesson I learned, and this is the point when I'm bringing this up, the lesson I learned was a harsh one because it turned. I didn't care about being right or wrong. It wasn't the fact that I was right. It's just it wasn't right. And the lesson learned was now I'm being shown in front of my face, you know, not only not, you know, what not to do, but what not to put yourself through and to make yourself stronger. And I believed that because I felt it then, you know, from the arguments that we used to have. I'm standing literally right there, you know, basically in front of where that candle's lit, you know, to sitting right here arguing back and forth about literally, it's just like a bad Seinfeld episode about nothing, like just spinning in circles. And she, oh God, she was famous for that. You know, just circles, just walking in circles. Drove me nuts to the point where I literally said out loud, "You are the most annoying person I've ever met in my life." And I regret saying that. I have a few regrets, but it doesn't really matter now. Because life goes on, life goes forward, and that's what I believe in, going forward. But I knew that then, and that's my point. Lesson learned, you know. And if that's what it took to make me learn, then at least I learned something. But it would take that, something huge like that, you know, something big like that, or arguing over nothing, or just going through a rough time in a relationship. That's what it takes for me to learn something. Then at least something happened that should have happened because it's what's right. If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. But that's fine. But there is nobody on the face of this planet who I could have loved more. It's not possible, you know. You know, yeah, we laugh and joke about, you know, the next person, you know, they're going to be Inquisition and they're going to be questioned by like 5 people I can think off the top of my head. And it's true. That might be true. I'll never love like I ever loved shit punk. That's for sure. It was intense. You know, at one point we were spending 24 hours, 7 days a week together because we worked together at one point. And back then, I really loved that. You know, I loved having somebody that loved me back, you know, because back then she did. You know, back then she did. She returned the favor. Not a favor, but she returned the love the care that I had for her. She returned it. When she started taking that away is when she started making really stupid decisions for herself. And I had to watch that happen. But I'm still the one that's in love with her that intensely. It's still, you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Did I lose everybody? You know, Jer says you will love more than you did then. I would only hope so, Jer. Thank you for saying that. I would only hope so, because I believe in that too. You know, I'm not, again, never say never. But what I am saying is it was that intense. Like I thought that was my last shot. I was going to marry this woman. And funny enough, I was financing an engagement and wedding ring set. Sorry, Rach, I know it wasn't at your store. Sorry. Yeah, I'm not going to say sorry for that. But that paid for my first month's rent because of what happened. And I told her that too. I ended up telling her eventually I was going to surprise her because I thought this is one and done. I mean, it should have been because of how I felt. Yes. Another bullet dodged, absolutely. But I don't know, man. Just shit happens, and it really does. But when it rains, it pours, and all the other cliche terms you fucking use there. That's what the heartbreaking part of it was. I was invested that much into somebody. Well, at least I meant well. I mean, at least it was honest. My love for that person was honest, and I come by it honestly, and that's why I fought so hard. I'm not proud of myself for being that ragey and fighting that hard against something that wasn't right. Again, not because I was right. I felt it wasn't right because it's not moral. There was no morals there. She started to slip into belligerence, and I had to watch that happen. Not one of us. We joke around and one of us. Yeah, she turned out to not be. She was at first. I assure you, believe me. Even during that love bombing phase, but it wasn't even love bombing. I truly believe that she was what she was, what she said she was, because she proved it, and I'm about proof. So, and I can prove right now that she just took all of that good, innocent, every part of her that was involved in the relationship, not only just for me, but just for herself. She took all of that and she threw it out. She threw it away for nothing. And I had to watch that happen. I changed for the better, yes, but as a person, I've never changed. I've always been me, and she knows that too, and that's why she's not here. She ran because what does somebody do when they don't like the fucking taste of their bowl of soup? They throw out the bowl of soup. Baby out with the bathwater. Whatever, man. I mean, I didn't make that decision for her. She made it for herself, but she likes to think she can blame me and say it's my fault that's why she's gone, or that's why she decided to leave. That might be so. Part of the blame can be on me, I suppose, just from calling her out her bullshit. Sure. Nobody's going to like that. But I never once thought that, I would never run, At one point, there were actually 2 points, and I did say this before, and it's true, where, I thought I should. Because this is going down south real fucking fast. And I had to save my life at that point. I had to save my heart, So, I kind of get it, but it's not the same connotation because there's nothing about that. That's the same thing. Yeah, we're all different, but if you're choosing to be on the dark side, say, and I'm just putting a label on it, but if you're choosing to follow the wrong people and to debauchery and go do whatever it is you're doing with your fucking legs open. Yeah, I fucking said it. I don't care anymore. Gloves are off. That's the other thing. It's like, no, that shit ain't right, man. And I know exactly what happened, after she left. I'm not dumb, It's a shame. And I'm saying that because it's a shame to watch somebody go through that for themselves when I know that they have potential to be better to themselves. You know what I mean? But that's the kind of love I had. So I hope you're right, Jared. I can only hope you're right. And thank you for saying that. I appreciate your faith. I share that same faith. I do. I thought about that. Who knows? Never say never. Every time you experience love is different, of course. But I hope it's better. Jared says, as long as you learn something, you will survive stronger and better equipped. Damn right. Thank you. 110% correct, sir. You got that right, brother. Yeah. And I believe that too. It's the same thing. Better equipped, yeah. More experience, right? I mean, sure, this had to happen for a reason, and I know I keep talking about it ad nauseum. And I just want this behind me, but again, this is a do-over, right? So, again, if anybody has any questions, I'll answer them. It's a shame. It's a damn shame. What happened shouldn't have happened. Shouldn't have happened. In a logical sense of side of things, I guess it's another regret of mine. What happened should not have happened. When you love somebody that much, you should love somebody that much. It is what it is. Makes sense? And like I said, between you and Bex, what I see that you both have for each other, that's what I'm talking about. That right there. And I love that because that's what I had. So I thought for a long time. And it was at a really intense level. But that's what you should have. If that's what makes you happy, do what makes you happy. And if it's with somebody, that's a bonus. If you're by yourself, great, but do something that makes you happy, right? I never took the love I had for another human being for granted. Not once. I never took advantage of that. I never said to myself, I'm going to make a decision that's, whatever, same thing she ended up doing. I never thought that way, or I never felt that way. I wasn't willing to give up, on something that could have been fixed. I wouldn't have run from something that could have been fixed because all you had to do was sit back, have a long, deep conversation, a few apologies, and just call it a day and just try to get along, and after you decide to try to get along, try to make it better, put the effort in, and I don't know. Am I perfect? No, because I backed the fuck off too there at one point. I came back into it, because that's exactly what I just said. I believe, I was trying to fix something, but I backed the fuck off there at one point because it was just, it was too much. It was too much watching her fucking do the shit she was doing, It's a shame. It's a waste of pure love. It's a waste of caring for another person. It's a waste. That's the shame, and that's what I carry with me. Is it mine to carry? My part of it, yes. I carry a lot of guilt. I've made a few mistakes myself, but not that kind. Fuck. It's just, it's the way relationships go. If you're not growing with each other, what the fuck are you doing? And I wanted to grow with her for the rest of my life and dedicated. Still was after the fact. And that's something I'm ashamed of as well at the same time. I don't know. The heart knows what it wants, and I told her too in an email. I said, congratulations, you took a good man's heart and he broke it. That's not verbatim, but it was something along the same lines. Good for you, you've broken a good man's heart. And she didn't reply back to that. If I don't remember if she did or not, really, to be honest, but of course she wouldn't say anything back because she just wanted to keep running. But she sent me a message, but then wouldn't reply. But then sent another one and then reply saying, well, why are you so angry? Duh. Where are you? At this point, I don't even know where the fuck you are. I know you're up there somewhere and you're living up in the corner somewhere over there and you're still at, your work that I used to work at and all that. And I try to avoid that like the plague. Funny enough, when I went to said place last night, I bumped into somebody that I used to work with there, and I will not mention any names. And they said the same thing. Ty, you dodged a bullet. Ty, she's and he's another one. I'll say that much. He's another one that said, man, you were with somebody so miserable and the shit that she's been saying about you. And I'm like, further proof. I didn't really want to hear about that while I'm sipping on my Thunder mug because I just got off a bad weekend and look, I'm trying to relax. I don't really need to bring that up right now or need anybody else to talk about that right now. And I told him, I said, look, can we just, leave it be? He's like, oh, sorry, man. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty bad when you're hearing about it from all different angles. And she's still in denial about the whole thing. No, I'm not doing that. I never did that. Okay. Look, it doesn't matter if she did or not. it's all going to come out in the wash anyway, and it's out of my hands. So I backed off. You know, is what it is. You know, and if she's watching this, great. She has every fucking right to do whatever the fuck she wants. I'm just telling the truth. You know, because that's what I do. I don't lie. I tell the truth. You know, the truth, not my truth, the truth. You know, I take accountability for my actions. You know, I'm responsible and accountable for what I do. And I make damn well sure that, you know, I pay attention. So I'm just speaking for me. I'm not going to speak for nobody else. So if she doesn't like the taste of chicken shit, well, then she should probably turn that around to chicken salad. Yeah, but that's on her now, you know, because I'm doing the same thing, you know, right? I'm still alive. I'm taking care of myself somehow. I keep this roof over my head. Am I in financial stress right now? Sure. But I'll come out of it. And when I come out of it, that's my last worry. And then I'll be like, woohoo, freedom, you know, and then I can finally get down to what I want to get down to that I won't say out loud, you know? Yeah. Is what it is, right? Jared said, I'm sorry. Jared says, had some thoughts at one time, thought no one else, but life happens. Yeah, but life happens, exactly, right? And she let her decision making take the best of her, for sure. I don't have to explain that because you all know, because you've seen it. You know, it's not just me. It's not me bearing witness. You guys in dollars have too. Like, you know, and I thank you so much for that. And that's a blessing because just as much as you know me, you know what happened. And you know what did happen. You know, I didn't have to say anything. You know, there's a few people I can think of that I trust implicitly with my whole entire being, like everything. And they still tell me, like, because they know I need to hear it and they know I need to heal from it, you know? But it's all, again, connotation, you know, it's discernment, right? It's knowing the difference between. And it's never out of malice. They're trying to let me know that I'll be okay. Like, furthermore, that does make sense. Just like you two, you know, or Rach, or, you know, or Kev, for the love of God. Literally. And I love you all for it. And you don't have to be there to tell me shit, but you still step up and say, look, you know, this isn't right. You know, not because you're right, it's because it's what's right and wrong. You know, you're the same way. And that's why I love good people, like all of us, right? That's what it is. Because it's what it is, right? Truth is the truth. And that's something I dig because I'm not caught up in fucking drama and fucking, you know, lies and deception. You know, it's just not, it's not my way of doing things. And hey, Oski, how you doing? Speaking of which, you know, and it's just, it's one of those situations where you sit back and you're having a conversation with a good human being, heaven forbid, and you're, you know, you're saying out loud to them what they're basically trying to say to you, but you're saying the same thing. Make sense? And it's not convoluted. It's not full of drama. It's not full of fucking bullshit. It is what it is. And that's what I'm so thankful for. It's just a lot of good people that have let me, you know, let me be for the most part because they have enough faith in me. Thank you very much. That I'll know the difference, that I'll learn that lesson and come out of that, you know, basically unscathed. But at the same time, if I ever had trouble, they'd step in and help me at the same time. So, and I'm the same type of person. And that's the only reason why they would spend their effort and energy on letting me know these things or, you know, helping me see these things for myself. Because, you know, the same people I've had deep conversations with, they're the same type of people that I would be with them. You know what I mean? And I'd be doing the same thing with them. It's like, look, you know, if you need help with anything, that's one thing. But, you know, to see it, to have faith in you that I know for a fact that you'll see it for yourself and you'll get to know the real you and strengthen yourself. Thank you, Jared. You know, and get through that, but learn a lesson at the same time. I have enough faith in you that you can do that for yourself. I'm the same type of person to you that you would be with me. And those conversations I've held so dear for so long, you know, especially at the beginning of all this bullshit, you know, say back in the day of the eclipse, you know, that very day when everything happened, you know, and I think a couple months after that, like people sitting down with me saying, okay, look, now that I can talk to you, now that I'm allowed to talk to you, excuse me, here's what I've seen, here's what I've observed. Thanks for the like, I like you back. Stop. And that means the world to me. That really does. It really touches my heart, because I know for a fact, I know that they know, and I know I'm preaching to the choir here because you guys are the choir, guys in dollars, sorry. I know that you all know that same thing, that the best would be brought out in me, because that's the lesson you learn, right? And it takes harsh lessons like shit punk to fucking get up and leave me and fucking, you know what I mean? Even though I could, take some of the blame for some of the mistakes that I've made, because I am accountable for that. But I didn't make those big mistakes that she blamed me for. So if anything else, when it comes down to narcissism, they'll blame you for everything they did, and try to, misconstrue and just fucking take whatever that they did from a little tiny box and try to throw you in that box and make it your box like you did. It's like, no, no, motherfucker. That's not the way that works. No. And even I could see straight through that bullshit when that was starting to happen, Control's a funny thing. And I will not be controlled. That's for damn sure. That's why I'm here now. I put my foot down and I said, fuck no. Nope, not gonna fucking happen. She can go do that to somebody else. And she has. And I know for a fact she has. So, good on her. Hi, Oski. Speaking of beautiful women, good to talk to you today, Oski. Good to be in touch with you. I was thinking about you the other day. I'm like, I wonder what she's up to. How the kids doing and all that stuff. Not so much about Mr. Man. I haven't talked to him in a long time, which is fine. We always got along. There's no beef. But I was thinking about you, though. You've always been a dear friend of mine. You're more than welcome to come over here anytime. This is me. I'm still here. I'm not hard to find. Thankfully, I'm still here. At one point, I didn't think I was going to be. And it wasn't my fault that happened. And that's the funny thing, too, when you're dealing with head office for these buildings where I live in, which I can't mention, and they want her gone too, chances are even they know what's up, because they've seen that 1,000 times too. They've seen that whole process 1,000,000 times, I even said that to Kev, the super. I said, he must have seen this happen. He goes, oh yeah, So it's not hard to point out, right? I don't know. I don't know. Dare live your life, enjoy all your days and friends and freedom to do things again. Exactly. Right? What'd you say, Oski? Message retracted. Stop doing that, guys. In dollars. C.S. Lewis, what? I caught the first part of that. But no, and the whole thing is just a mess. And that's why I just want to put this behind me. Like, just, light that candle right there, because that's right. And just be done with it. Just be done with it. But it's okay for her to say everything to everybody, but I can't say anything. But at least what I say is the truth. And you all know that, because you know me. Narcissist, the other white meat. I don't know, man. The whole thing's fucked up. All I can do is just smile and laugh, and just keep going about my routine, just working home. All I can do is smile, laugh, and work my ass off, And if I ever get pissed off, I just use that for motivation to work harder, And it works because it's therapeutic. I'm very blessed to be in the situation that I'm at, One thing having the roof over my head, it's another thing to have a busy job. I'm very blessed that way. I don't take advantage of that. I would never take advantage of that, I'm very grateful all around for everything, because everything's a blessing. So if I get pissed off, use it. Fucking floors have never been cleaner. This apartment's never been cleaner, because I get pissed off. If I get pissed off, what do? I clean, or I, just do something better, just put my focus out there in a positive setting, You know, do something productive instead of just sitting on my fucking thumb rotating. You know, I'm too old for that shit. We're all too old for that shit. Like, fuck it. You know, life's only so long, right? Life is short. You know, fuck or fight, right? I'm not too sure about the fucking part of it, but fight to do what you got to do to make yourself happy. Jerry, you're absolutely right. Live life, you know. And once this financial fucking shit's over with, that's exactly what I plan on doing, you know. Because again, it's my last worry. And thank the good Lord above. You've protected me, watched me, and sent me some amazing people that support me and love me. I don't know what I did to deserve that. Um, again, am I perfect? No. No, and I don't want to be. You know, am I an ass? No, but can I be? Sure, if the situation calls for it, abso-fucking-lutely, and I'll be the first one to do it. Because I always point out what's wrong. It's not because I'm right. It's what's right. I don't know how many times I can say that, or how many times I can explain saying that. Does that make sense? It's what's right. I don't care about being right. That's not my main MO. Like, I'm not about me. Like, right? Good thing too. Fuck, I'd be in a worse mess than I am right now. If that was the case, meism, selfish, no. Well, fuck no. Obviously, I give and I give. Well, I gave too much, and now I'm trying to get stuff back that I've given. That's the problem, Ty. That's the thing's lesson learned, right? That's the thing you have to sit back and really fucking analyze for yourself. And I'm talking relative, okay? Just to be clear, because I'm going to get people watching this saying, Ty, I caught you saying that because you sound selfish. It's not what I'm, condensation. And if you don't understand what I'm saying, go pound dirt. You know, go fly a kite with a key attached to it, fucking lightning storm. Go put on your dunce cap and sit backwards in the corner, you know, like, fuck off. All right, criticism, great. Constructive criticism, I'll take that. But, you know, and kind and generous, thank you. Well, as are you, my good brother. Let me tell you, because, and again, not to gush at you, not to put yourself, you know, not to make you feel weird, Kevin. I'm sorry if I am, not to embarrass you. I know you're not easily embarrassed. You're like me. We just don't give a fuck. We're too old for this shit, you know. But you've taken care of me too. When I couldn't even believe you did, like, you know. But see, you recognize that too. You recognize the good in somebody. See, and that's why you're a blessing too. And that's why. That's one of the main reasons why. Plus, you're kind and generous, you know. Okay, we are, right? But that's it. Like, and doesn't that make you feel better? Like, doesn't that make you feel like a good person at the same time? It does with me, you know. My heart's not, you know, convoluted with being evil. It's not something I do. No. That's not my main focus. My main focus is to love. You know, to love, to care for somebody. Not to fucking put them down and change in front of them and fucking make them watch you go through that change and fucking, because you don't know your audience. Like she didn't. She's just fucking, she's dumb. And I hate to say that. And I never say that somebody's stupid. But fuck, like, you know, you know, right? Well, you know, I'd like to think I know you quite well by now, Kev. We got to know each other quite well over the years, my good friend. And why should you be embarrassed about anything? Right? Because you're the same type of, you know, tough motherfucker that I am. You own up, you know, I'm not trying to put myself over either, just for the record. You know, you're not going to put up with nothing. You know, you don't care. Like, it is what it is, you know. This is why we get along so well, because at least you tell the truth. And you tell the truth to the right people, you know, because the people that you do tell the truth to can handle what you're saying. You know, and that in my book is a tough motherfucker. I don't give a fuck what you say or who you're saying it to. That's the definition of tough, in my opinion, because at least you're confident and, you know, you have a good heart and you're there for people, and you absolutely are. And I thank you for it. God bless you for it. That's tough, in my opinion. That's what makes, you know, that's what makes And I have. I know I'm just fucking. I'm pouring myself out here because again, why not? You know, I tell the truth. And it does take a lot of detail. I'm sorry. I know I'm full of hot air and fucking, but at least I'm not full of shit. And you know I'm not full of shit. That's why I love you all for it. Because you know me. I really sat back and I'm really thinking about that lately, you know, and I'm very thankful that you do know me that well. You know, do I put myself out there on purpose? Not really. But as long as you're getting where I'm coming from, then I've done well, you know, because I don't pretend to be somebody else. You know, I'm not an actor. And Oscar, if you're still here, Shelly, if you're still here, you know me well too, because you've known me for years at the same time. You know, welcome, by the way. You know, and I appreciate you too. And I was just saying earlier, I owe Crystal. She knew my ex. They're best friends. I owe Crystal a huge apology. Huge. I said this before too. You might not think so, but and I'll walk right up to her and say, look, I was wrong. I got what I deserved. You know, I don't want to interrupt anything that she's doing, but because I have respect, you know, and I still love her dearly. You know, she's still a decent person in my opinion, especially after what I've been through. You know, shit pump makes fucking Crystal look like a goddamn angel. You know, but yeah, and that's the point, Kev. Like tonight was the do-over. I had to, and this is what I was saying before I got cut off by YouTube. You know, like trying to explain a few things. But now that you can hear me, I might as well just fucking come up and say it. You know, I'm sorry if that bothers some people, but you know, I don't think the truth is easily accepted by just everybody. And I've always believed that too. And of course, I am careful of who I'm saying it to. But this is wide open. I don't give a fuck, especially tonight. I don't give a damn. If she showed me enough where she didn't have to care about me, then, you know, but that's okay for her to do, right? That's right for her to do. But I can't have an opinion and I can't voice my opinion and how I feel because she never took my feelings seriously anyway. Let's call it what it is. And she didn't, you know. I expressed how I feel about a lot of different things, of course, as you should with your partner that you share your life with. Never took it seriously. It was always what she felt and how she felt and what, you know, what she's going through. Okay. And now that I am sharing how I feel, it's like the fucking end of the fucking world, right? Well, no, it's not. It's, you know, this has been coming for a long time, right? You know, I deal with it. I deal with how I feel. And like I said a few months ago in October, there was one point where I just blew up and I had enough. I've had enough. I felt like I was backed against a wall. You know, I did that to myself. Nobody else did it to me. Well, aside from the obvious, but I'm sitting here going, why? Why am I going through this now? Why now? Why is everything, you know, falling on my lap? You know, I got fed up, as any human being fucking would. And I'll tell you this much, you know, almost lost my job over it. You know, it's true. But then again, you know, another lesson learned. Like you gotta pull your socks up tight. You just gotta, you know. And it wasn't because I wasn't doing a good job. It was just because I was an emotional wreck. You know. No, good job. That's not for me to decide. That's not what I meant. But you know what I mean. I lost my focus. You know, emotionally, I lost who I was, and that's where it got dangerous, and that pissed me off further. All for what, though? Like, all for what? For nothing. For nothing. Because, you know, I'm human, you know. I have feelings. I have the right to be loved and to love, you know, as I've learned. And am I the expert at that? I don't think so. I mean, no. I mean, if I'm in a relationship, yeah, they last a long time because I'm dedicated and I'm connected with somebody and I'm not scared of commitment. Sure. But am I the expert? No, because it's taken me those relationships for me to realize that this is where I'm at, you know, right now in my life, like right now. No, really deep, isn't it? You know, well, imagine fucking being me for, you know, the next, say, 3 months straight, you know, and this is what I'm saying now. Like, just, I'm not going crazy, Well, I already am fucking nuts. I mean, come on now, let's call a spade a spade. Of course I'm nuts. I'm in touch with how crazy I am. But you be going stir crazy in your head, like thinking this, and this, and then trying to make all these things make sense by themselves separately. That's basically what I do. You know, when I'm rabbit holing on certain subjects, or I'm studying about this, or reading the good book, or you know what I mean, trying to figure out behavior patterns, and which is what I'm really stuck on. You know, because lately, narcissism seems to be my favorite word. You know, that and discernment. Discernment's my other favorite word. And it's kind of funny how they kind of coincide at times. You know, not haha funny, but funny strange. Human behavior is one thing. Narcissism is human behavior, right? And I'm trying to figure out. It's not like I'm chasing a ghost, but it's not only one case scenario. Like I'm not just saying her, but I see it in other people. And I mean, everybody has a touch of it. Narcissism. Even I do, you know. I find, you know, I catch myself though. See that again, discernment. You catch yourself and you're going, Ty, come on, man. You know better than that. And believe me, nobody can beat me up better than I can beat myself up. There's no way, you know. But again, further lessons learned, right? It takes a real tough person, like I was saying before, Kev, knowing the difference. It takes a real tough person to really figure out for yourself that you got to grow up here, you got to tweak this here, you got to change this because it's not working. And don't waste your time and effort and energy and money into something that doesn't work. You know, why would you do that to yourself? So here I am beating myself up and I'm going, okay. And now the way that I beat myself up is by getting information, by looking up knowledge, you know, getting knowledge on certain subjects like human behavior and spiritual sciences, even though spiritual and science should never be in the same sentence. Science is only to disprove God. And let me tell you, he's real. Okay. I won't get into that. But, you know, yeah. And the more I look into that, I'm going, okay, I'm starting to get answers. Starting to. And I'm just starting to now. And I've been looking this up for a long time. It takes time. It takes a long time to really figure out where you need to be coming from. You know, for some people. You know, I'm one of them. Again, I'm saying this relative because you know everybody can relate to it. It's a lot of shit, Kev. It really is. You know, and I thank everybody for, you know, lending me your ear and hanging out with me tonight. You know, and listening to me bitch about, you know, morality and what happened. And yes, I want to keep watching for fuck's sake. YouTube. And thank you for understanding. You know, that takes a lot to understand situations like mine or situations like I've seen you all go through. And it takes a lot, you know, a lot of energy and effort. And I appreciate your effort because effort means the world to me, especially now. You got to put the effort in because if you don't put any effort in, what the fuck are you doing? You're just wasting your time, you know. Pretty deep, right? Phew. New record, I think. New recent record, 2 hours, 23 minutes. My God, that's a lot of hot air I'm full of. Mm-hmm. What do you think, boss? Should we call it? Or I can keep talking. That's fine. Either way. It's your show, man. Not that it's a show. But no, like everything in retrospect, looking back at everything that has happened in, say, the last almost year now. It'll be a year, April 8th, technically. And how she did what she did will always be in the back of my mind as a benchmark as to what to stay away from. And again, learning experiences, right? What not to do, what to watch out for. And I hope she's satisfied with that. I just hope she's satisfied in general. I do ultimately hope she's happy because of the intense love I had for her for so long. I do hope she's happy. You know, I hope she makes good decisions for herself. I don't think that's going to be anytime soon, especially from what I keep seeing and hearing, you know, and seeing meaning being, I'm informed, okay? And it's by the right people, and I do trust them implicitly with my life. You can't just stop caring about somebody that you loved intensely for that long You can't drop a dime and say, that's it, I'm done. That's for sure. She's making it easier for me to think that way because of just the slander and the fucking grief and the fucking everything she's blamed me for, she's done to me. And I've had enough. Just enough. You know? I don't wish any ill will on anybody. You know? Hate isn't something that I have in my heart. You know? I'd have to rethink that one too. And I catch myself, the old me, going, fucking, you know, whatever. She can burn in hell for all eternity, like I told you, Kev, absolutely, for what she's done, sure. But, you know, like, karma will figure itself out. It will come back and collect by itself. Yeah, right, exactly, Jer. Same page. Karma, it is a real thing. And if not now, then it will happen soon. I have faith that God's watching over all of us, and, you know, the sacrifice that Jesus made for the rest of us to, you know, walk free. I hope she sees that someday, because she sure as hell doesn't see it now. She claimed to be a believer and all that. I don't know, because nobody that's a believer acts like that. And yeah, but I'm the actor, right? But I'm the character. I'm the fake person. I'm fake. Imagine that shit, me being fake. Okay. I don't wear any masks. I don't put on faces. I don't, I don't perform. I'm just me, you know. If that means I'm being me to be a goof, I guess I'm performing a little bit, aren't I? But it's to make you smile. It's in good connotation. It's not anything that I'm doing out of spite. You know, I'm not trying to be an ignorant little prick. That's for sure. It's just not something that's in the front of my mind. You know, all I worry about these days is keeping this roof over my head and keeping my job. You know, and keeping all of you safe as much as I can, and loving all of you as much as you love me. Those are my main concerns. So if that's all I'm concerned about, I think we're doing okay. I think we're doing all right. Notice how I didn't say I said we, because that's what I believe in. Right? There's no I in Ty, but there's an I in Lisa. Thanks. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. A lot of things make sense, but a lot of things don't. But that's not up to me anymore. Okay. There's no blood on these hands anymore. There was, but I was accountable, and I washed my hands clean. There's nothing I haven't said to nobody. I haven't said to the right people. So I've made my apologies, and that's in closing. This is what I'll say. I've made my apologies to her profusely, left, right, and center, you know, to the detail. I've done what I've basically came to do, you know, and I'm done. Done with it, you know. It's out of my hands. That's why I always, you know, I was proud of myself for not being a perfect person, because if I put too much effort in being a perfect person, I'd be fake, right? We all have flaws. We all make mistakes, but thankfully mine weren't big, you know, big. But yeah, I think the only mistake I made is to stand up for myself. I don't hear anybody beside me. Oops. Oopsie. Oopsie poopsie. Oh, shit. Damn. You know, of all the luck, I should really watch what I'm doing, right? Heaven forbid. Fuck. You know? How dare I? You know what I mean? Like, and not vengeful at all. I'm not vengeful. I'm not vindictive. I'm not going to go out of my way to seek my revenge. I don't have to. It's out of my hands. My only warning, and I've said this before, my only warning to her is that she stays away from a select few that she knows who she should stay away from, because she's going to further know the truth, and she's going to further know what kind of fucking fuckbag she's turned out to be. And that's a harsh lesson to learn. Now, I'm laughing, you know, and I shouldn't be laughing because it's not funny. but I should be because of the shit that I've had to go through in the last year by myself. Present company excluded. I'm just saying, lonely nights and being cold and, sitting there in the king's chair, queen's chair, basically reclining, crying myself to sleep. Over what? But she better stay away because, it's all right though, because either way, she's got it coming. I don't want to see that. I don't want to be there for that. And I told those individuals that said that exactly, I told them straight to their face too, if not over the phone or on Facebook or something. And I told them, I said, look, man, I'm not involved in this. Like, and they both of them said, you're not involved in this and don't worry about it because we got your back. I'm like, oh God. And I wanted to say, take it easy on her if you're going to do anything. But I didn't. I held that back and I would have said that before. Like, I still would have tried to protect her. Why would I now? Being used and abused for loving somebody, why would I protect her? You're on your own because you wanted to be. Well, now you're really on your own. As am I. But we're handling this two different ways. I'll let her figure out if she's right or wrong, or whatever she's trying to do. I don't have it in me to worry about that anymore. But once you guys and dollars are my friends, you're really my friends. And that furthermore proves it to me. And I'm so grateful. And I thank you for that, And I'm thinking about Donnie too. I'm thinking about him, because he was there for me too. And always made sure I got home safe and took care of me. And especially on my emotional nights. And he sat back with me. And I can't thank you all enough for that. You really are protecting me because it's the right thing to do, as I would for you. But her, I'm not protecting her. If she wanted it this way, she got it. I didn't want it this way. Yes, you did. That's another lie. Oh, what a liar she is. And see, this is why I don't lie. I'm not a piece of shit. And I refuse to be treated like a piece of shit further. It's not going to happen. Self-respect's a funny thing, isn't it? Right? Still with me on this one? Self-respect's a real funny thing. So is love. And these things are really important to me because that's what I'm built on. This is why we all get along the way we do so well. Because I love you. That's me. Do I have to explain anything to anybody? No. But that's the beautiful part, like I said before, because you all know. I'm very blessed to have you in my life. And in return, it's a blessing to be in yours. Keep learning lessons. You all teach me. And that's why I love you all dearly. Thank you, for all the support, whether it be financial, or whether it be moral, whether it be anything. Just thank you for the love. Trust me, it's going to the right spot. And you're doing right by it. I would never let you do wrong to yourselves. Because I wouldn't wish that upon even myself. Right? But I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad person. Imagine. Me, right? Sorry, I'll try to tone it down. Right? I'll try to keep it down. Sorry about that. Life's funny. It's funny. And I'm not trying to smile to be vindictive. I'm being straight up. Like, ain't that some shit? Right, folks? Ain't that some shit? I see you driving around town with your... Ain't that some shit? I think I covered everything that YouTube cut me off from. And then some. I'm sorry. Thank you for listening. Seriously, that means a lot to me. It really does. Y'all don't know how much. I just, you got to get it off your chest, man. You have to keep pressing forward. And if that's what it takes to keep pressing forward, that's what I'm going to do. God damn it. Is what it is. If you don't like it, that's fine. You don't have to. That's up to you, If what I'm saying strikes a chord, then maybe you're one of the types of people that just need to fucking go join that collective. You know what I mean? And I'm not talking about us here, just in general. If you want to give me heat because you don't like something, okay, that's cool. I take constructive criticism, sure. You can criticize what I'm saying, everything I'm saying you can criticize. That's your opinion. I respect that. But the minute you don't show me respect is the minute that I have no time for you. And I don't put an effort for people like that. Which is why I'm so blessed and thankful that you all are who you are. Because you say who you are, and you are who you are, because I've seen it, right? Because you put the effort in to show me. And you, for sure. And I promise I'll never stop that. I'm always wide open. I'm always open. My heart has been bleeding for a long time. It's time to put a stitch in it, and it's just time to just keep going forward, right? Put a Band-Aid on and watch it stop bleeding. And without all of your help, I couldn't do that by myself. So I thank you. And I really mean that. Obviously. Kev says, as they say, keep one foot in front of the other. You're damn right. You're damn right. Yeah, wiser man couldn't have said it better, right? And that's what I plan on doing, from here on out. Just trying to stay above water, right? But like I said, once that last worry's over and done with, it's done with. And Kev, we were talking about, and yeah, you're damn right, the favor would be returned if I had an abundance of everything. Oh God, man, it wouldn't even be a question, because I do practice what I preach. I am who I say I am. Yeah, of course. Which is why I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful for you. Not just because of that, but because of who you are. As I said before, tough motherfucker. You have morals and values, and I dig you for that. I really do. You become really important to me, man. Like it's almost like you're here. Like you become like one of us. Jared, he's one of us, and you are. I mean, fucking Mama Boss would love you to death. You're a really sweet guy. I'm not above saying that. She'd dig you. Tone would dig you. I know you, Jared Bex, would get along fucking famously. You and Rach too. Same thing. Like-minded people, like-hearted people. Yeah. I'm very thankful. Very, very thankful. I know I'm going overtime here, big time, but I'm trying to make up for lost time. Because the last live, again, the audio cut out, but it was a month ago. I looked it up today when I was watching myself back. Oh, but I had to figure out where I left off and where YouTube didn't want me to say anything further, apparently. So, but I hope that ties up a few loose ends, if anything else. But if you guys and dollars have any further questions on anything, Facebook me or call me. Whatever, message me. If you're confused about something, I'm wide open now. Everything's, I pulled the pin off the grenade and I'm holding it in my hand. It's about to go off. You know what I mean? But, fair's fair. All is fair in love and war. I don't want to fight a war. I just want love. And she knows that too. She knows that. Why? Because I told her. Yeah. Always honest. Always open and honest. And this is before I cut off contact. So, and it's not like she doesn't know who I am over the years. And that's why she's not here now. That's why she doesn't want to have contact. She's afraid that I might tell her the truth. It's no different than what I've told you guys and dolls so far. Like, it's the truth. But she doesn't like that, apparently. Okay, go be right. You think you're right? Go be right.
Proven. L'Oreal Paris Excellence covers
That's all I can say about that. That's fine. You know, free will. You have it, I have it, we all have it. What you choose to do with it. This YouTube ad is weird. Oh.
Greenhouse gas pollution
So is that one.
and threatens our nature.
Yeah, well, obviously. Okay, yep. You know, and just put this behind me and just fucking, you know, one foot in front of the other. You're right. That's my plan. I don't plan on doing this alone. I plan on doing this all together because that's the smart thing to do. You know, you recognize love for what it is. You recognize emotion for what it is. You learn your lessons and you keep pressing forward with it. You don't forget about the lessons you learned from being in love or the lessons you learned from having that much anger held inside or being that anxious and letting things worry you all the time. You take that with you as a learning lesson, you know, and you take that knowledge and you know, help shape yourself into a better person. I'm not saying change, you know, necessarily. Change for the better, yes. Absolutely. Guilty, because I've had to do that. You know, was I a bad person? No, I don't think so, but I could be better. Everybody could always be better. And that's what I strive to be, which is better, you know. If yesterday sucked, then tomorrow's a different day, you know. You have another shot at it. And I'm thankful for every day that I have. You know, some hard lessons had to be learned, but I learned them and I'm learning them because I'm never going to stop learning. You know, we're never going to stop learning, all of us. And if, you know, the day comes where you feel like you know everything, you're not doing that right either. You know what I mean? You know, don't waste your effort. I guess if you're going to take anything out of this, you know, and I'm telling myself off at the same time, don't waste your effort, your time and your energy or your money, or don't waste, you know, just be, right? You know what I'm saying? Love one another, you know, and be genuine with each other. You know, don't be narcissistic. Don't be hateful. Don't pull yourself away from somebody that is pining for your attention. That's wrong. Trust me, it's wrong. I've looked it up and I'm still looking it up. Just for my own peace of mind. You know, you don't do that. I don't care who you are. You know, I don't care what the situation calls for. If it can't be fixed, it can't be fixed. But if it can be, don't do that to somebody else. That's taking advantage of somebody. That's taking somebody for granted. That's taking their feelings basically and smashing it right in front of them. Don't do that. Don't do that. You have the full potential of not doing that. Why would you do it? I don't know, man. You know, but again, damn me, I'm the bad guy. Shame on me for saying that. Shame on me. A plague on my house. Right? Well, it is what it is. I can remember, I'll say this in closing before I go. I think I've kept us, you know, long enough. Thank you for spending the evening with me. I really appreciate that. I don't feel so alone tonight. Today's a good day, like I said. You know, I'm so glad I got the chance to talk to Little Mum on the phone, Kev on the phone, Jer for a little bit, you know. Thank you. What a cool day it's been. It's been awesome. I'll say this in closing. You know, furthermore, if you're going to make decisions that affect somebody else, and if you're going to be selfish about making decisions that affect somebody else, think twice. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because if you know it's going to affect somebody else, see, you have to know it's going to affect somebody else, and you still make that decision for yourself, chances are karma will come back to collect. And when it does come back to collect, it's not going to be kind. And nobody's going to protect you from that. Because that's how bad you look to them. Because you're using somebody for your personal gain. Whatever that gain is, I don't know. I still, to this day, I don't know what she could have possibly gotten out of that. But, and I hope I never know. You know, I have self-respect. You know, and I deserve to be respected and loved. And I deserve to love. I'll keep saying that. This is a great mix, by the way. This is one of my favorites. This used to play in the background a lot when she was around too. It's really funny how this is lining up. And they say that God isn't real. I have questions for them. But don't do that to somebody. For your own personal gain? Why? Why? Why would you be that belligerent? Why would you choose to do that? You know? That's above and beyond something you shouldn't be doing. And it's not because that's just my opinion, it's what's right. If you don't know what the right thing to do is, look it up. Learn. Take the effort and energy to learn. If you're not doing better for yourself, do better. You have potential. Everybody has potential to be a good person. And I'm tired of seeing that. It's not just shit pump. It's fucking, I've seen all kinds of situations. All kinds. You know? It's sad. It's very, very sad. It's heartbreaking. I, for one, can tell you, it's heartbreaking. Very sad. But, you know, you can't step in and be the influence because that wouldn't be right either. So, I guess you have no choice but to back off and watch it happen. But don't let that happen to you. Don't let somebody do that to you. Never let somebody do that to you. Never let anybody make you afraid, number one. And never let anybody break your heart to that point. Lesson learned. Lesson learned. Okay? But yeah, I feel really bad for the next the poor chick. Oh my God. Oh, the people she's going to have to sit through. Oh man. The tens of thousands of questions. You know, what are your intentions towards my tie? I love you all. I'm thinking about Mama Boss when I say that. What are your intentions towards my tie? Hey, Ty, what are you doing now? You want to bring her in for a beer? Yeah, I guess I have no choice, huh? And I'm not even, hey, you know, I'm not above and beyond warning them first. You're about to, you're about to get it. And, you know, if they're worth sticking around, they'll know why. Because, you know, obviously I'll have a long conversation and tell them a long story about, you know, all of everything. So they'll have a heads up. But what they choose to do after that, that's up to them. That poor person. Oh, that is so right. That is so right. Hey, Ty, you want to bring him in the shop? Me and Mama want to get to know him. All right, Tone. You know, there's numbers, by the way. There is a list, and like I said before, you know, Tone and Mama Boss would be the first two on the list because, well, they get mad if they weren't, and when they get mad, they get even. So I'm not messing with that. No, seriously though, like there's gonna be a lot of questions, and I'm gonna have a few for myself. So have you ever, you know what I mean? Like, have you ever did this to a person? It's like, oh, I feel so bad. But it'd have to be a special something to walk into a life like mine and really, you know, dazzle me from the ground up. First of all, right? It'd have to be that special. And I hope I do find somebody like that eventually, you know. Sure, you know. Jerry, you've got one, you know, and I hope I have that too, you know, eventually. But until then, you know, it's business as usual. So, I was getting to that, wasn't I? So my shift changed tomorrow. It was originally supposed to be just 4 to 9 over supper. I'm now closing, which is great. More hours. Thank you, Captain. I appreciate you. Thank you. Keep sending me in, man. I got some finances I gotta straighten out here. So that's cool. I'm off Tuesday and Sunday, like I said. Tuesday afternoon I'm taken up because Mama Boss, I owe her a visit because I didn't get a chance to see her this week for a coffee. So I'm gonna go bring her a coffee. Jaron Beck's here after that. You know, I'm never too coffeeed out, man. So Doesn't matter. Either way, we can go for a drive for coffee, or we can have coffee here. I can make it. You don't have to keep, buying me coffee all the time. Thank you, though. I really appreciate that. Excuse me. I make good stuff, too. I have Irish Cream International Coffee Mate in my fridge now. What did I just get done? I finished up the caramel macchiato stuff. It's all right. Irish cream, it's not my favorite, but it's good. But that's what I got. So saves you a couple bucks, Not much on gas money, I'm sorry, but no, Tuesday it is. And Sunday, Rach, if you're still here, that'd be cool. I'll make more coffee. My coffee is really good. I'll give myself that much. I mean, if there's anything I know, it's fucking coffee and music. Skip. So yeah. So I'm gonna take the rest of the night here just to chill out. I gotta get myself prepared for what's ahead for the week, and thank you again, Kev, because that's gonna help me prepare for the rest of my week. I gotta put some groceries in the fridge in the cupboard that's just around the corner there. Thank you. That means a lot. That really does. You have no idea. Haven't checked it yet, but I'll check it when I'm done here. Just thank you for everything. Everybody. Thank you for everything. I really appreciate it. But yeah, just take that advice. Never let anybody do that to you. And if you see a red flag, run. Run as fast as you fucking can. Because who knows? There could be somebody you have interest in, eventually, that turned out to be a piece of shit as a person. Run. Run fast. Protect what you have. Protect yourself. Okay? Run. I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking out of my ass, but just seeing what I have in front of me, what I have before, run. Run. Okay, I think I've said enough. We're coming up on 3 hours. It's a new recent record. I really enjoy being here with all of you guys in dollars. And I've got a better sign off also at the same time, Kev. We're going to get rid of if you're working too hard, because it's run its course. The new one, even though it's not new, is as it is above, so it is below. That's really hit my heart really hard lately, especially when I'm studying up on everything. So it is above as it is below. I think I said that. Yeah. That means more. All right, so I want to thank everybody for being, just for being, and for showing me love and support. I can't appreciate that enough, and I can't say thank you enough. Again, nor will I. It really means a lot to me. Like tonight, I'm thinking about taking a walk and letting everything sink in. You know what I mean? Just taking a break from rabbit holing. Just taking a walk. Maybe, getting a nightcap. And just letting things settle. Because I need to relax, obviously. I think the fresh air might do me some good. Just a lot of things spinning in my mind. I just thought I'd share. Kev, I really miss Ted. I'm really thinking about him too. I wanted to point that out earlier. If you're talking to him, I haven't talked to him. I don't know if you're talking to him or not. You tell him I'm thinking about him and the missus as well. Good people. And they're the same type tough motherfuckers that I'm talking about. Good people. I really miss him. I really do. Okay. Actually, Jer, you probably all settled in for the night now. I'm just saying I'm taking a walk, but you know what I'm trying to say. You know where to find me. I just need to clear my head here a little bit. So, you know where I'll be, right? I love you all so dearly. I'm so thankful for every opportunity that I have. And I'm thankful that I can love you all so dearly. And that y'all love me. I don't know why. I don't want to know why. But just keep it coming. Lord knows we all need it. I know I do, for sure. So tonight, I burned the candle, not only for me, but for all of us. It smells good in here, by the way. Just the candle. I'm so happy that all of our spirits align, and we're all after the same goal, because that's what community is, in my opinion. So it is above as it is below. It means a lot. Thank you. I love you both very much. You know where I'll be, should you decide to. That's where I'm going. Because I need the tunes in my ears, and I need fresh air, and I need the walk. So, because today's a good day. And I'm not saying that because it's negative, it's not. I'm just letting things sink in, how I feel. Because I believe my feelings should be taken seriously. And you all know that. You know that. So, you all be well. God bless you all. I'm so thankful. I don't have the words. Don't worry, you guys. And dollars. Jared Bex. We'll hang out Tuesday. That's a promise. Whether it be after supper or whatever. I'll message you. I'll let you know when I come back home after having coffee with them there. That's all I got for now. I know that was a lot. I know you guys are probably smoking joints going, what the fuck, man? Okay, shut up. Sorry. Smoke some for me. It's one thing I haven't touched in a long time, man. It's probably not a good idea that I do now, because me swimming in my own mind, that wouldn't be good. I think I'll just stick to the nightcaps, the thundies. The thundies with undies. But listen, you'll all be well, okay? I'll talk to you in a couple days. I'll throw another vlog up here too, if I can, the next week coming up, and I'll let you all know what's going on, all right? Schedule-wise or whatever. Any latest news or anything that happens, which probably won't, because same old routine. But I'm thankful for the routine. So thanks for listening to me, bitch. I'm gonna go relax because I need to. Oh, I need to, and I have to do some late night laundry. Lovely. So, that being said, you all be well. Take care of each other, and rest well. Oh, you're in bed. Good enough. Sleep well. Good enough. Thank you again, Kev. Thank you. We'll be in touch soon, man. So coming up, like I said, I'll throw another vlog up there when I can. Hopefully within the next week. I'm going to keep these up and be a man of my word. If that makes me the bad guy, so be it. Oops. Oopsie poopsie. But be well. God bless you all. And just know that I love you. Okay. Everybody's favorite good guy. Tie-tie. Superman. Angles. Doing this backwards sucks. S on my chest indeed. I didn't put it there. You all keep it there. Ciao for now. Thanks for today. It's been a good one. Keep it coming. Good night, everybody.